Hello everybody, welcome back to EPIC47. I am joined by my excellent host Shin. Are you excited about the games we have ahead of us?
It is a pleasure to be alongside you, Yui. Yes, I am. Today is a fresh Saturday morning to, of course, be enjoying some Counter-Strike here at Epic Land, and I don't think we could be starting the day with two better teams, Glitchtech and Coalesce. What are Coalesce doing down here?
I know they've had some really bad upsets this entire game. Like we've seen them lose to the likes of was it Scholars of the Shaft.
What a
That
name.
that was an awful upset. No, C24. They should not have lost that game at all.
No, they shouldn't. I mean, Scholars of the Shaft is definitely going to be the story of this Epic Land. I can't believe I'm even saying that name on camera. But yes, they did go on to upset them 13-10. And if you are at Epic Land, you would know the result definitely did put the Coalesce boys out of commission for a little bit of tilt there, and arguably so. I mean, they are the third seed in this event, and they probably would have thought they're already starting in the upper bracket, or they're going to have to do the hard journey through the lower bracket, and they have to play it perfect from here on out, because if not, they are out.
Yeah, and we can't forget about Glitch Tech either. They've been
Mm.
an absolutely fantastic team this Epic Land. They went 6-1 through the group stage, only losing to Asylum Peakers, I believe. So not too bad.
Not too bad. Asylum Peakers, they do have a good batch of players over there. They did go on to beat 8 since the other day. I think that's another upset. So seems to be upset central now that it's all UK teams, which is exactly what we want. We don't want just the same old teams making it to the stage final, competing for the win. We want some up and comers, some new fresh talent to burst through the scene.
Yeah, no, that's, sorry.
Nice, all good, bro.
You might want to carry it on.
No, that's fair enough. Well, listen, to be fair, with both teams, of course, they are well versed to UKIC Premier, or I should say Masters, which is the top league in the UK. So we should be expecting the more, well, I shouldn't say disciplined, but the more UK style of CS, a little bit more disciplined with that flair, that little bit of craziness, which that we're all so used to.
Yeah, and you were talking earlier about young up and comers.
Mm,
We've been seeing Onda, an absolutely
yes.
fantastic player for his entire tournament. He's been guns blazing all time. 21 years old. This is his second Epic Line, I believe. So, no, I'm excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, Under, I'm very well versed with Under. He's definitely a bit of a personality out of the server, but I think that can translate into the server. He's a little bit of on the crazy side, but I think you can see that translate into the way he plays these CS. He's a bit all over the place, but at the same time, he's got very crisp aim, and when he's feeling it, I think these Coalesce players, I think they are the epitome of emotion, and in that sense, it's almost like a double-edged sword. When they're feeling it, they're unstoppable because they're on a high, they're on a whim, and well, I don't think their opponents have a counter to them. But at the same time, we kind of saw against Scholars of the Shaft when things get really bad, we can see them start to tilt easily. We can see them start to lose focus. So I want to see how that mindset is today. Of course, early morning. Let's be fair, we're all gamers here. We don't really want to be waking up at 10 a.m. to do a best of 3. So we'll have to see how they fare.
Yeah, they might be a bit sloppy going into this best of 3. I'm excited to see what sort of maps we have going ahead of us, but we'll see that in a minute. We should probably go through our sponsors. We are sponsored
Yes,
by
of course.
Logitech, absolutely fantastic sponsors of this Counter-Strike 2
Mm.
tournament. We have overclockers as well, great custom-built computers, ready and raring to go. We also have XP eyewear. They help to reduce glare and eye fatigue, and
There's some solid sponsors. I mean, of course, without the Logitech sponsor, of course, I think we would be in a bit of a dark place here. And of course, that will be going to and the MVP of this event, the new Super Strike, which is clearly making all the buzz around the CS world. So at some point, clearly, I've got to go pick it up
yeah.
because it's clearly 10 out of 10 from what I've heard. So it is what it is. But we guess we should talk a little bit about maps as soon as the video goes live. I have a little bit more experience watching Coalesce, of course. So what should we expect from them? Well, they're not on the puggy side, but at the same time, I think we have a pretty good idea of what they're going to do. So, speaking to Under in the past, when Anubis was removed, that was their main map back in the day. Obviously, of course, it's back in now, and I think it did float around in one of the deciders earlier this event. However, I do believe they're very much a Dust 2 team. So that is something that you got to keep in mind. What do you think about them being a Dust 2 team? Do you think that kind of fits the way they like to play?
Yeah, absolutely. We all know what Dust 2 is. It's an absolute aim start map, and we all know they have some fantastic players hitting those headshots, and Dust 2 is the perfect playground for them to take down Glitch Tech.
Yeah, I think on the polar opposite side, then you got, of course, Glitch Tech. I've got to wrap my memory around a little bit, but I do think they're a bit. I think they like their nuke. Both sides like their nuke, and clearly a lot of the UK teams like their nuke. You got the TLRs of the world. You got COALESCE. I think and Glitch Tech, who all can play nuke. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that floated in. Why do you think nuke is a bit of a UK hub? I mean, it's a bit of a. I'm throwing that on you, but do you think? Why do you think that is? Does it just fit like the style of CS that over here?
Well, I think no, I don't want to like boast us too much, but the UK scene, we know how well. I say we, not me, probably not
Not
you,
me either.
but
Definitely not.
the teams here at Epic Land, they are very tactically minded. Nuke is a perfect map to get those smokes out, get the wall out through outside, take the control nice and slowly, but at the same time it can be puggy. They can take those fights immediately through outside, but that's how UK players want to play. Unexpected, random Counter-Strike, and if they want to call out a strat, they do it, but whether or not it goes right.
Whether or not it goes right is a completely different question, and I like how you mentioned that. So yeah, I think we'll definitely delve into the more, personal picks. But here we go. Actually, we're completely wrong about Nuke. It's going to be Ancient Mirage. And there's that Anubis floater that I did see. So that's Coalesce happy leaving that over. But Ancient and Mirage, it's Pug Central, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I actually love the introduction of Ancient. Like, I know it's been around for a few years now, but I think it's become a staple of the map pool.
Oh, 100%.
And I love seeing games on Ancient. They're always puggy, but at the same time, it does allow those executes to come out, the teams to be very tactically minded, and I really do think that this will be a best of 3 all the way.
I think we're getting a full best of 3 here, and I like how you mentioned Ancient. I mean, it is always just a fun map to watch, and as you mentioned, it's got the puggy side, but I also think it's got the tactical battle in that as well. Because it's so simple, we're really relying on these players to elevate and just dial up their brain power to see how can you out-trick your opponents and kind of switch up different strategies, even just by tweaking it a little bit, little variations. Same goes to Mirage. That's been played down to the bone.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody and their mother knows Mirage at this point. So it'll be interesting to see how Glitch Tech try and, I can see COALESCE probably picking up their pick, Glitch Tech in their regard, picking up their pick. And then Anubis. I have yet to really see a lot of Anubis. I'll put my hands up and say I've not been doing my due diligence to be watching Anubis. What about yourself? What do you think we should be seeing on this Anubis, if we get there, of course?
Like, I want to see a little bit more control towards mid. The new introduction of that window is going to absolutely change the way that people play this map. I mean, it's been around for a few weeks. I'm sure they've done plenty of practice, but it really changed the map. It doesn't sound like much, a little window, but that adds a lot more control for the CTs. They can push mid, take the water control, introduction of more boxes on the A bomb site. That's another really good introduction. Means they can play more tactically, play more passive. Gives the CTs a few more options, as we used to know Anubis as a T-sided map.
It was indeed a very T-sided map, and I think that's why the community was so fed up for a long time. And you mentioned mid as an important part. It seems to be mid is important on every single one of these maps. I feel like the deciding showdown will be on each and every map will be middle. On Ancient, why do you think middle is so important for either side to at least grab control of?
Well, we all know about Donut. It is probably one of the most integral parts of the entire map because it allows you control of the A-bomb site just about, but it also means you can rotate quickly. We know, like, Ancient, the rotates are really quick. Yes. Having that mid control means you can fake out the other team, make sure that they don't know what your next move is going to be, and I think it will be a close one.
Indeed, it will. And of course, I did want to quickly touch upon some individuals before the server does go live. I think today we will be seeing the game changers be the AWPers. Now, in my personal experience, I've been watching quite a bit of UK CS and just CS in general. I feel like, of course, coming into CS2, that switch from the CSGO AWP to the CS2 AWP, we've kind of seen the decline of the AWPer, the rise of the riflers. How important will it be for our AWPers today on the server to be hitting their shots?
I mean, we've seen multiple players on COALESCE pick up the AWP. We know Focus likes to pick it up. Flicky likes to pick it up. They're both dynamite players who can change the momentum of each game. But, at the same time, LTH, the in-game leader of Glitch Tech, he's had a lot of experience against higher caliber opponents. And I think he might be able to catch them off guard.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very important for the IGLs definitely to be dialed in. I mean, Fizzy, I mean, he gets his props in the UK scene. LTH definitely does as well. Both very well versed, very well known here across the halls of Epic Land. And I mean, this battle of the IGLs will definitely be a lot of fun to see. I think their brains are definitely going to be twitching at the excitement of, well, hopefully getting their teams to advance. And yeah, I mean, I'm just going to throw it back to you again. What is the most important thing do you think an IGL has to have? Just like as a quality as a player and also kind of as a person like inside and outside the server. It's a bit of like
I
a
think,
vague question, but you get what I'm
yeah, I
saying.
think you have to have a steady head. You have to be able to keep your players in check, make sure that they don't get tilted.
Ooh,
But
oh,
I mean,
100%.
we know these players can get very tilted at Epic Land, screaming across. And it looks like we are going to get ahead to gameplay now. The game is starting on Ancient.
Exciting times ahead. I could not be more excited for this, and we're already getting kicked off here. So Coalesce, of course, with this being their map pick, they will be starting out on the T side. Logitech, favorite for the defense. You take it away, son.
Yeah, here we go. All 5 players towards the A bomb site. The pistols are coming out. They're accelerating towards the site as fast as they can. Kills are coming back and forth into a 3 versus 3 focus. Does manage to get the kill in his favor. That Julie's spamming the bullets, but they're just not able to get it across the line. And Fizzy, we saw him in the previous games having some absolutely fantastic games, and here he is showing us again. And Tooney will be taken down. It was so close, but COALESCE managed to get their first round.
It's almost like we preface this would be a bit of a puggy start to the game, and there you go, an all-out brawl on the A side just to really give us that UK thrill through our veins. And yeah, as you mentioned, Fizzy, he's a very good player. I mean, even though he is the IGL, we won't be really expecting him towards the top of the leaderboard. He is very much capable of those things, so we have to keep a close eye on him.
You should have seen him in his previous games. He was the top fragger, and he was absolutely popping off. So if he can bring this back, and if his team can help him and support him in the way that he should expect, then I think this has got to be a really rough game for Glitchtech.
Fragging IGL is definitely very scary, so we'll have to see how Glitchtech fare. But here we go, B-lane crunch. Archerace getting that opener. The T's shut down from the other side of the smoke. And this is not the start COALESCE would have wanted.
No, absolutely not. 5 versus 3, only 30 seconds into the round, and this is the force buy. COALESCE shouldn't really be giving up this much control early on. They are going to slow things down and make sure they don't give up any more kills early on. But at the same time, Glitchtech, they're playing this one really passively. We have got Salamanca towards Cave, pushing up.
Oh.
That's a missed Molotov. What are you doing? It's 10 a.m.
10 a.m., you're not wrong.
These are going to happen, but if this continues to happen, then I could see this going a bit further than it should. But either way, the utility's starting to come out now. They're going to start accelerating towards the ramp position. We have got Johnny. He's going to get the first kill. Johnny Zero is doing a fantastic job. That headshot, nice and crispy. Into the 5 versus 2 here. They start to bring into the site now. Fizzy full blind kill, but they overlook. And those dual breast is just potting off shots, but he's going to fall back. And he's going to play this one slowly. He's got 30 seconds left. He hasn't got enough time to do anything. The bomb is dropped on the bomb site, and that was messy from COALESCE.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really do much from the start of the round. You're up against a crunch into the lane, and I think the util was on point from Glitchtech. So 2 players early caught out. So Fizzy really left with nothing to call, and they do a decent attempt to execute onto that. Of course, Fizzy getting 2, but at the same time, there are 3 players there. The rotations, as you mentioned, are going to be quick on this map, so they were close on by to come in and support, so it doesn't get too out of hand. But no conversion for COALESCE, crucially. Glitchtech back in this and arguably in a good position to take the lead.
I want to give props to Glitchtech. There's some really good flashbangs into the bomb site, making sure that COALESCE had no vision whatsoever. Those smokes were great. Utility usage, very strong for the side of Glitchtech.
Forget the Fizzy molly. It's okay, buddy. It happens to all of us.
Yeah, look at this buy. It's a questionable one. Mac 10's across the board.
Okay.
They must be going for something quick here. But they have got a lot of utility behind them. A few flashbangs, a few smokes. Looks like they are going for the mid control. Glitchtech are going to take it. We've got a scrappy fight between Onda and Tooney. And Tony. Right, LTH is here, going to be taken down. And COALESCE looking to take this second round. But Johnny Zero doing his best to keep them in his tracks. Flicky. Going to be a good flashbang. Blinds the players. And he's going to take that second fight onto Archace, but he decides to fall back. Archace decides to pick up the MP9 of all guns.
He has indeed, and he's going to go for this, of course. It's going to be a one-on-one versus Abyss, yet to record a kill. He's just lying in wait towards the ramp, and of course Archace none the wiser. No clue where Abyss's position is. A little nice is shouted across the halls. That was a much-needed one, and of course, you can never forget the power of those pistols and SMGs up close. That K position, we're going to be seeing a lot of that, I think, in this match. And, oh, that AK did not find a single thing. And from there, the bomb site just opened up.
Yeah, Cave has been an integral part of this map. Constant control, constant fighting. We saw a few players bring out the Nova. You know, it's
the Nova.
Yeah, we've seen a few Novas this Epic.
Oh, I saw that LTH. I saw Negev.
But he decides to go for the MP7, a much more conservative buy. What do you think about this recent change to the SMGs?
I actually have always had the MP7, and I just never bought it though. It was almost like an accessory in my loadout. But now with the buff, it costing $100 less, we've seen it very, very well used across this event. So definitely when I get back home, I'm going to be using that a lot more often. But in this one, Abyss has already started off with a double here, looking to start off a nice little round here, round number 4.
Nice trade from Tony. Managed to pick up that AK-47 for himself. But still in the man disadvantage. Mac 10s for everyone except for Flicky with that AK-47. You must have think they're going to go for something quick here. RJ starts to push towards mid. Might be caught out by Flicky, but he decides to push up towards B. Wonder will be here to meet him. Messy spray, but Archace does get across the line. And look at this, all 3 players towards A. They're coming in quick, coming in hot. And here they are, going to be about Tony with that AK-47. Utility's going to come out. Going to obscure his view. That bomb is going to go down. Might be able to catch this player off guard, but they're all going to play towards Donut. Messy from Tony. Focus for that. Mac 10 doing work, but LTH will be able to trade it quickly. That smoke's going to go down and block their vision. He hasn't got a kit, so it's going to be a 10-second defuse, and he's on 10 HP. This one's just not looking good for Archace. No, Fizzy will get it. And that's COALESCE, their 3rd round.
You like that from Fizzy, just cutting off noise there. You just left under just to lurk around the other side of the map. Of course, when that kill comes in, they can confirm it won't be the B side, but at that point, they already accelerated onto the A side. Got the bomb site down in Tony, who I do believe is behind Dex. He's just changed his name, but I think just for the sake of it, we'll just call him Tony. He really should have had a bit more impact there. He was the only side player. Of course, you can understand why he plays a little bit more extra time, stay alive, wait for his teammates to come into rotation, but maybe the angle he chose in that one, in hindsight, not the smartest option. And, well, it's a bit of back and forth, but COALESCE finally have managed to string a couple rounds together. But here we go, just going for the fast ace. Fizzy calling it for a quick one here. I don't think these pistols are going to stand much against the horde of the fast pace of COALESCE in this one. Bomb should be able to go down without a problem. Logitech just have to try and get something from this one. But that's just not going to happen.
No, 5 people still alive for COALESCE. This one's going to be really good for their bank account. Johnny Zero, last man standing with that P250. Does manage to get one, almost a second, but Flicky will shut him down. And COALESCE finding a nice, easy 4th round for themselves. I mean, they've been taking lots of fast control, not letting Glitchtech have any control whatsoever. You know, every single gunfight's been going their way so far. We saw that pistol round, but you know, COALESCE have been dominating so far.
Yeah, we've definitely seen the 2 levels that Fizzy likes to be at. The fast-paced nature that we've seen in the first proper 3 rounds, but also in the mid-rounds. Just like to shut it down a little bit and just, you know, leave Glitchtech guessing. So there's still a lot more in this game, of course, to see the crazy UK CS. I'm sure everybody's here for it. Just like that, Fizzy flashes a little bit too late. I feel like if they were a little bit earlier, he might have been able to at least get one, but damage done. He's already lost his life, and he's already sending his boys out again towards A. Archace looking to set up himself in a nice spot.
Yeah, Archace, he's going to go for the fight straight away. Does manage to get the first onto Abyss, but quickly traded. Johnny Zero not going to be able to get anything in return. And that's a good job from COALESCE, making sure that they get the kills. Under! Nice flick over to Tony, or Dex. And into the 2 versus 3 here, LTH and Salamanca, the last 2 men standing. They haven't got a kit, so they're going to have to take this on quickly, but Flicky's going to take the fight to Salamanca, and it's a 1 versus 3. He doesn't really stand much of a chance in this one, unless he picks up some insane headshots.
he would definitely need some insane headshots to even go for this, but he doesn't even have a kit either. So with the bomb ticking ever further, does get a kill onto Under. So again, not really going to be presented with much, but the round was done after that Under triple kill. Beautiful entries from him, and as you mentioned in the pregame, I mean, when he's on it, he's on it.
Yeah, and as we can see, LTH will be able to save this M4. The loss bonus isn't quite there yet. $3,000 across the board. They might be able to scrape a few pistols together, go for the half buy, but they shouldn't really be buying into this one. They want to save up their money and make sure they can get as many CT rounds as they can.
100%, because you're looking at the scoreline 5-1. It's still recoverable. It's not the end of the world, but your mind can already start playing some games on you. I mean, we're down 5-1. You know, 4 rounds behind. We lose this one. 5 rounds behind. It's just going to get even worse and worse. They just got to try and scrap that mindset completely. They're not fully out of the game yet. We've seen some crazy comebacks happen, so maybe this round will be a little bit tricky to try and achieve something, but the 5-7s and this M4 on LTH, there's always a chance.
Yeah, and Salamanca is going to have his smoke out, going to be spammed down by Abyss, who rushes his way into the bomb site, guns blazing. He's going to get the kill. Fizzy with one of his own. That nade might be the end of Salamanca, and it is. MP7 down. And that's the 5 versus 2. They don't really stand much of a chance. Fizzy is on the flank. Tony might be able to catch him off guard if he gets the right timing. But he's only got a 5-7, and he's missed the timing.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to disrupt the bomb, sadly. He's kind of in a precarious position. He doesn't know really when to go because he's just surrounded on all sides and he has no clue when to get the timing. But
he doesn't have a kit, so there's no chance of a ninja defuse either. I'm not really sure what he's going for here. Maybe trying to draw them back to the bomb. LTH is going to be able to save this M4. Well, we'll see if he can, but Tony might go for the bomb defuse.
That's what I was thinking. A little late tap to try and bring everybody back and to die with the bomb.
No, he's going to get spotted out. He's going to go and tap the bomb, but focus is here. He gets the dink. More than we expected, but at the end of the day, he's going to be able to run away, save his AK-47. On the other side of the map, LTH is getting hunted down. Onda finds the kill. And that's nothing going towards Logitech in this round, but they've got a lot of money. LTH, 7k, going to bring out the big green.
Yes, he is. Asking you shall receive. That's going to be dropped on over to Johnny Zera. So it's now or never. I did say the Battle of the Orbs is going to be the most important part of this game, and look at that. Flicky's bringing out one of his own, so we'll have to see the disparity between the two, the levels of the two, who's going to rise above the other.
I mean, Glitchtech have been going for this mid-control time and time again, but they just can't get anything across the line. We've been seeing a lot of utility usage out of COALESCE, bringing the flashbangs out, making sure that Glitchtech have no vision. And I'm excited to see what they can bring into this round.
Yeah, it's got to be something special. I mean, it's not been as aggressive ever since round number 2, I'd say, when they obviously won the round, that B-lane crunch. I'm not saying they have to go for that, but I would like to see them fight a little bit extra for a portion of the map control. Maybe go for a gimmick on A, set up 2 players there and try and push and catch a timing, or go back to that B-lane crunch that works so well, because obviously B-site is where most of the site hits will be.
We have seen a few on the A-bomb site. They've been able to draw the players away from the bomb site. You know, that donut player, Johnny Zero, with his big green. He's going to be bet by a few mid players, but it's whether they decide to push or not. I think they're going to play this one nice and slowly, not giving up any early control, as we can see. But neither are CTs. They're playing this one passively. Want to make sure they take this one nice and slowly, not give up that entry frag too early on. But the utilities are starting to come towards mid now. Johnny Zero is going to be smoked off. That big green is going to be taken out of commission for the time being. He's not going to see anyone as they slowly walk up mid. This one's really nice and slow for COALESCE.
Yeah, they've been given all the mid here. Salamanca just putting up a couple of pot shots here to really bait himself and allow behind decks to activate. That double play into cave is absolutely played to perfection. 5 versus 3. That was a little bit of the strat gimmick I needed to see, at least double up somewhere. It's worked out perfectly, but still COALESCE, they can come back from this. LTH tagged down low. Behind X does get another one. So 5 versus 2 recovery for Flicky and Abyss. And we're asking for a bit too much here.
Yeah, they've made bitten off a bit more than they can chew here. Archase on the backstab's going to take Flicky down. Had no chance. And Logitech, they played this one to perfection.
Wow.
All 5 players staying alive. That's going to be lots of money going into their bank account, keeping this one back. And that might be the momentum broken for COALESCE.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, it's kind of funny. You see them rush a lot of the rounds, they win it, and then the one time they do slow it down, we see them lose it in quite an uncomfortable fashion. All 5 players going down, not a single kill. Just goes to show I think they do thrive in the chaos. So I would not be surprised if Fizzy tries to step on the gas right now.
No, thriving in the chaos is one thing, but losing to Scholars of the Shaft, that's another. And obviously that's the sort of gameplay that's the sort of upset happens when you are such a puggy team, such a aim heavy, and if your players aren't hitting their shots and you haven't got the strategy to bring it to back you up, you know, you can lose to those sort of teams.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm sure the boys do have a deeper strat book coming into this one. I know Masters has not been going their way as well, but they are towards the top of the UK scene. And they've got to show it today.
I really want to prove their grit in this match. All 5 players towards B. The utility is starting to flow out. That Molotov is going to stop the push immediately. Got lots of utility to stop this. Johnny Zero is getting pounded down by those nades. Gonna miss the shot. Under. Talked about him being one of the young up-and-coming players. He's been playing really good so far.
Yes, and well, it's not going to be enough, sadly. That execute is not really hitting it. Not hitting the impact they probably would have wanted. I mean, Johnny Zero even throwing a nade on himself and getting away scot-free, even though he does miss. His teammates do manage to recover the round, but I don't know, that hit just didn't really look like Coalesce. I mean, I feel like the nades didn't really do much. They didn't really smoke off anything, any of the angles down to at least get the bomb down. So it's a bit half-assed, I'd say. I don't know. That's how I put it.
I mean, they saw in the last round that going slow didn't work out for them, and they thought they might try a fast play, but they didn't draw out any utility. They didn't wait for any picks. They just went in guns blazing, and they got punished for it. They didn't know what they were doing, but Logitech equally a very good team, capable of taking down a giant of Coalesce.
Indeed it is, and it's very equal on the server. You're looking at the kills, everybody's pretty much on the same. You only really got Salamanca behind 2, but everybody on the server is lifting their own weight, which is what we love to see. This is a true team effort from both sides. Coalesce going back to a bit of a sneaky one. Logitech finally not contesting towards the lane, so they're going to try and go and get Cave quick and fast, which they do so, but this backstab from behind Dex, of course it's in his name, is what he does. Will be able to strike true. Does get one, but he does get spotted. Bomb will go down.
Here we go, Fizzy tries to smoke him off, but he's going to get run down by Dex. And here he is in the bomb site. That flash going to actually work in the favour of
Abyss.
What is going on, Abyss? Was he blind? Was he just looking?
He got team flashed.
Either way, Logitech are going to steamroll themselves into the bomb site, not giving Coalesce a chance there. And that was just, I mean, it was a half buy from Coalesce, so you can't dunk on them too much, but I expected a little bit more out of that B hold. But Dex on that backstab, that was nasty.
Yeah, the behind Dex backstab there worked to an absolute perfection, to an absolute treat. 3 kills in the round, and he was on the wires. Even though he does get one and does get spotted, he still stands his ground. And he's a capable aimer, so I mean, we shouldn't really be able to judge him too much. So they claw it back 3 rounds in a row. Let's like looking to at least tie up the half, which would be more suitable for them. Yeah,
Flicky back on his signature weapon. Gonna go for that early B pick if he gets boosted up, which it looks likely. He is gonna be back by LTH if he's not careful. Nice one from Flicky. Early pick to get them into the round. It's straight into the B bomb site. They're going to take this control as fast as they can. That flash is perfect though. Gets Flicky off the angle. And here they are in the 4 versus 4. Going into the site. Salamanca doing a fantastic job bringing this one back. And Focus looking the wrong way. That smoke's going to obscure their vision. Not quite. Bad smoke from Coalesce, and Abyss in the 1 versus 4. It's not looking likely for him. Even if he gets to spam onto Salamanca, they've got to contend with 3 more players after that, and he misses the spray anyway. He's got no choice but to run away and give up the round.
I mean, this is what we talked about Coalesce being a bit too overzealous and over-aggressive. Normally when you get a pick like that to open up the round, bomb sight in your hands, you really shouldn't be losing that round. But you could see, I think it was Under and somebody else pushing into long a little bit too early, losing their life. And then you see the last remaining, core of Coalesce left alive. Their post-plant positions were horrendous. They had no chance. Both sides they had to cover. I mean, it was just a bit all over the place after they got the bomb down.
And that flash for Abyss, that went sour so quickly. He was completely blinded, looking into the wall, and he was caught off guard. If he just got a kill there, it could have dominoed into a round win, but obviously that's in the past now. and Glitchtech are looking for their 6th round of the half, bringing this into a tie game. Dex is going to find one for the smoke. I didn't quite see that one, but it's going to be 4 players towards a main. Going to slowly walk out. The flashbang's a bit late, but Abyss will be able to find that kill. Johnny Zero is here with his AWP. What can he do? He misses Flicky, who does get past his vision, and it is Dex trying to spam through that smoke, get a kill across the line. COALESCE looking for this half win, but we know Glitchtech are going to run into the side. Guns blazing. That flashbang wasn't quite on time. That flashbang not going to do anything. A bit too deep, but can't really do much about that. Flicky is here in the 1 versus 2 clutch now. He is going for those fights, jiggling it. And it's going to be LTH to get the kill. And Glitchtech bring it back 6-6.
It's a very good recovery. Both sides having a nice spell of domination. 5 rounds apiece, just sharing a piece of the pie. But I did mention it was a bit of a teamwork effort from everybody. It was behind Dex, who did shoot ahead from the rest at the end of that half. I mean, multi-frags in the last 3-4 rounds in a row. I mean, that was so crucial from him.
Yeah, I like to see what I've really enjoyed watching Glitchtech take down COALESCE so far. They've been really prominent in their utility. The flashbangs have been really good. They've been breaking the smokes. They've been molotoving them off positions. And you know, we were talking earlier about how techy they can be, how good their utility usage is, and COALESCE have been looking sloppy so far.
They have, and especially when they were 5-1 up, you'd think they would just go on and continue to dominate, but they almost lost that flair that we're so used to seeing of them. But it's a chance to reset. They're going to be playing on the defense now. Glitchtech going for a little bit more fast-paced nature, of course, with the Glocks. You're going to just try and run down your opponent, get in their face. And they've got full red. They're just going to be snaking on their way. And this is going to be into the stack here. 4 players on this site is going to be a nasty surprise for them as they all tunnel through into Temple. And they're just going to look to explode on out as one core group here. As already it's 1-to-1 trades, focus on the angle here, and Fizzy getting the job done as well. Glitchtech falling by the numbers. It's going to be a tough one to recover.
Yeah, Salamanca's looking the wrong way. Those dualies doing their job. Johnny Zero, the last man standing. He's already found a kill in this particular round, but that focus with those crispy headshots. COALESCE, bring it back. Maybe they can take this momentum.
That's definitely an anti-strat if I've ever seen it. 4 players on the A side to start the round. They knew to leave mid wide open. They'd be coming their way. So that's the work outside the server coming into effect there.
Yeah, they've obviously been doing their homework on Glitchtech, and it will thankfully get them around. And that could be a good sign for COALESCE coming into this half. If they can take this momentum, get this 2nd round. We see Glitchtech have force bought into the Tech 9s. Got a few flashes and smokes. Looks like it will be a fast B play to start off the 2nd round. Look at this. All 5 players are here. Ondo will be quickly taken down. And Glitchtech there. Guns blazing into the bomb site. These Tech 9s absolutely doing work. Abyss will get the backstab, but I don't think it will amount to much. A kill onto Salamanca, but there's still 3 people in the bomb site. 1 towards Cave, and it's just looking messy. Tech 9s are going to do their job, ending with the MP9, and that's Glitchtech bringing back into the 2nd round.
Well, you could see my face now. It's literally deja vu from the first 2 rounds. A simple B pop with the pistols. The bloody Tech 9s, they'll never change. You always can never underestimate them. That one-tap potential from close range. It's ludicrous what they can do. The run and gun of it, it almost reminds me of the old Tech 9 from 2014, 2015. Just absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, that's just going to leave a sour taste in the mouths of COALESCE. I mean, they probably thought, win the pistol, we can go from here, win the next 2, but no. Back to reality.
You had 15 rounds into this game. You would have thought they'd woken up by now, but that sloppiness still starting to sleep through. And
some smoke though, so it's from both sides.
Yeah, and a window smoke of all. That's quite a simple one to throw, but it doesn't look like going for much mid control anyway. Might just be a bit of a double bluff, I suppose. A bad smoke.
Make your opponents overthink the smoke.
Yeah, make them think you're being sloppy, and they'll be sloppy. Either way, Dex will find the first, but he's going to get caught off the angle, and he will start to fall back here. Looks like Salamanca's just about going to get that spray down. He is the lurk of this, and I wonder if that's going to keep COALESCE on the B bomb site. Look, all 3 players here, they've picked the wrong bomb site. Nice long-range shot from Flicky. That's a Galil that could be recovered into this round. It looks like they're going to go over that and just head on over to the A bomb site where the bomb has been planted. Archer Ace is here, getting a bit aggressive. Going to call this area clear. Fizzy will hear it. That means all 3 players have to come towards Donut now. They don't have the kit for this. They don't have the time for this. They need to go into the bomb site, but they're going to fall back. Go save that Galil.
Yeah, it's a bit of hurt to their pride, of course. We hate saving here in the UK, of course. I think I mentioned that before in the broadcast the other day. But you sometimes just gotta, suck it up and just it's the smarter option. Save the rifles, at least an MP9 as well, which we know it's quite versatile on this map. So
Yeah, and they might have enough money to force into this. They might just want to keep those 5.7s out and keep this one eco going into the next. And they got about 2,500 per player. Not really enough to warrant any sort of buy here. Yeah, Focus gonna pick up P250, a bit on that 5.7, but we've been seeing him do some work with that 5.7.
yeah, the 5.7 has definitely been well. I feel hurt as well. The 5.7 and Tech 9 has like a personal hurt to me. I mean, they're so, I wouldn't say overpowered, kind of they are, but at the same time, you put them in the right position, in the right hands, and they are capable of doing a lot of damage. So we'll have to see if this can do that.
I feel that's what's exciting about Counter-Strike. You can, even with a Glock or a USB, you can win any round. And look at this, the utility coming out for Glitch Tech, but not going to be able to find anything so far. LTH finds the first kill. I think Fizzy got a bit too over-aggressive there, giving up too much early map control. Look at this, 4 players towards A, all 5 players towards A now. Onda doing a fantastic job. That MP9 doing work. Almost gets the third, but Salamanca will just about get the third. Stop the third from happening. That bomb is going to go down, but look at the HP on these players. They're in a dire position right now.
They really are. The early damage should, well, allow COALESCE to get back into us without any problem. But Johnny Zera's AWP can still be a huge problem here. It's another missed shot from him, but he just needs to stay active and alive, stay on the move, so Abyss can't find a good angle to get this kill onto him. But he does manage to get so it's all on Archer now towards the big box. But he's making things happen here with the MAC-10, switching over to the sidearm. Up against Focus, it's AK. Close. Sadly for him, it's not going to amount to a round win. COALESCE managed to come back, but thank God for Under there, back of the site, double from the MP9. That's why I mentioned just staying alive with that MP9. It's so versatile and it's so busted.
What a game this is turning out to be. It might be a bit sloppy, but it's definitely exciting. They've been going back and forth so far, and COALESCE are starting to feel their way back into this game.
And they have to. I mean, this is, of course, reminder, this is their map pick, of course, so maybe it's not been the most prettiest of games, but yeah, as you mentioned, of course, it's been very entertaining and thrilling to watch. Still more rounds to play, so it's up to anybody's mind here who will come out on top. But Glitch Tech will be taking a tactical, and I will say I have liked their calls on the fly. I think they're very reactive. They play a nice reactive style of CS there. I mean, you saw that on the early round there, they got the AWP on the boost. He got tagged down low, instantly switched it up, went onto the other side of the map, and that's how they got that timing. But at the same time, if they just got that kill onto Under, I think that would have resulted in a round win. But freak things happen. Under with a double, and it ends up in a round win for COALESCE.
Yeah, I just thought that the communication there might not have been on their A game. No, there are a lot of missed peaks, a lot of missed timings, and a lot of people were caught off guard in that post plant. And I just want to point out how
it's all right. Take your time. What are you trying to say?
I just wanted to point out how I've been seeing Glitch Tech play this game so far. You know, they have been able to trade so far, but in the post plant, it's where they start to crumble. COALESCE with those aim stars been
I will say the post plants have definitely been kind of weak from both sides. You're not wrong by mentioning that. So that's a very good point raised. So you can say that's early game shivers. It's, the first game of the morning. I do hope as the series continues, I think we'll get a little bit more cleaner style CS. But you're not wrong. The site hits have been good, but the holds have not been the best. But let's see if COALESCE can, deny any attempt onto the bomb site here. Lucky's AWP is still active, of course, and we have an early 3-man setup towards the B side. Oh, well, I mean, COALESCE kind of just edging towards this B side as a whole. You got 2 players not even on the A site. Opting for a late mid take.
Yeah, that smoke's going to back them off. They don't want to cave anymore. They're going to take this round nice and slowly, but Flicky is here with his AWP. Going to get the kill across the line. Under will be with that trade. That AWP going to spot him out, but misses the first shot. Johnny Zera is going to take this fight head on, but they both decide this one's not worth the risk.
Yeah, Johnny actually just getting tagged there a little bit by the AWP. Focus still lying in wait, and maybe that was the plan all along. It does look like Glitch Tech's last resort is to, making a little trip back down to the A site. And you do have a look, Flicky is still changing his position all the time. He's close in support, but Focus is just going to lie in wait here. I don't think he's going to overswing here. It's all about patience.
Yeah, this angle is constantly overlooked, and in this round in particular, they're not going to check him out. And Flicky saving focus there, but Dex is the last man standing. Not much he can do in this round. I'm going to save that AK-47. They haven't really got the loss bonus to back them up either, so it's going to have to be some sort of half-buy here. I'm thinking maybe another B, execute something nice and quick. We've constantly been seeing them working.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in round number 2. I mean, just a quick explosive hit onto the bomb site can catch a team like COALESCE napping. But I did like that mid-round call. I mean, you did see the timings when they met in middle there. It was face-to-face pretty much as they both went back into mid. So that was a good timing from Fizzy to call that play. And they do come out on top. And, of course, focus, lying in wait, good patience from him, and great support from Flicky's AWP.
Yeah, an obvious game plan right there. But the missed shot's not able to finish off Johnny Zera. He did manage to get away with that with his life. But look at this, as we said, going towards the B bomb site. They obviously have that hero AK on the side of Tony or Dex. Going to be boosted up, looking for that first kill. But whether or not they give it to him is another question. But here they are, all 5 players going to make their way up. Dex is here with that AK, but they're getting mowed down. 1 kill for Johnny Zera, 1 for Tony as well. And in the post plan, they have a chance of this.
They do indeed. I mean, Tony's actually going to be the one that plants here, so the full HP AK is going to be out of commission for a little bit. Johnny Zera with lovely coverage, lovely crosshair position there to make it a 2-on-2, so surely just not the hero AK is going to be the reason why they win this, and it's not. Flicky's AWP strikes true. And I'll say this, I've been watching a lot of Flicky on UKIC, of course, and I wouldn't say I've been overly critical, but I do think they've been missing out on his true potential for quite a while, and to see him come to land and put up numbers like this, that's what I mentioned in the pregame. The AWPers need to be the decider here, and he's definitely come alive here on the CT half.
Yeah, we're talking about Flicky on his 17 kills, having a fantastic game so far, but on the other side of the map, we have Tony, or Dex, whichever you want to call him.
He's got multiple names at this point.
Yeah. This is the name he's decided for this particular game, but his name is Dex, and he has been guns blazing this entire game. 18 kills for him, kicking and screaming his way through this game. Glitchtech, I don't think they'd be nearly as far without him, but look at this early mid play. Dex through the smoke, will be able to find one, but Focus quickly trades it.
Under.
Yeah, not under. That was a risky one, but it could have worked out if he just hit his shot. But here they are into the bomb site. He is here to meet them. That Molotov's going to stop him from getting a bit too aggressive. But Flicky will be taken down. Oh, what? Trades back and forth. Flicky putting in his shift right now. Flicky's going to push up that USP. Molotov's going to be massive, going to get Archerace off the angle, going to burn down to 13 points of health, and he's going to get off the angle. Flicky goes over to the AK. Archerace has to hit this shot right here, right now, or Flicky. He's going to get his way into the bomb site. That smoke's massive. Archerace has to go through this. Flashbang's not going to do anything. Flicky just spam through the smoke.
Can't find the bomb.
Switch to the other AK, gets the bullets back. Flicky.
Archerace
is smoke.
He's playing to the absolute perfection. He's not.
Stick it. He knows. Okay, Flicky plays it slow. He plays it safe. He doesn't want to give it up, and he does get it across the line. Oh my god, my heart.
My heart, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time there. I was just wondering, Flicky, what are you doing, son? But clearly we can't be questioning the man when he's putting up numbers like that. That's his 21st kill of the round, and what a crucial clutch. I was saying, in that moment, he was almost looking like he was in flow state, but that final kill just almost seemed out of his grasp. But good recovery from him. I was worried that was just going to be a masterful clutch from Archerace, not going to buy the fake defuse whatsoever, but very well played from Flicky, and you can see Glitchtech instantly calling the tactical. That's going to hurt, and that's going to sting for them.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the coach behind them to talk this one through, maybe change up the pace a little bit. We've been seeing them pop constantly through, but COALESCE, they've been getting back on their game. They've been shutting these down. The clutches have been coming through, and those post plants from Glitchtech haven't been looking very good.
No wrong, but to be fair, in that round, they of course were working with very little. So the fact they even got down to a 1v1, you got to give them the credit. But at the same time, what they need now are rounds on the board, and COALESCE are close to match point here on the first map. Got to really dig deep here, but I don't really see any openings for them. Flicky's AWP is now active on the server. He's been on the move all the time, and they just need to try and dodge him.
And not able to get the kill across the board. Flicky's going to Molotov them off A main, and he's going to play this one nice and passively, but we have got Salamanca making his way towards Red Room. Not sure if his angle's going to be overlooked. Honda going to be taken down early on. Flicky misses his shot, but Fizzy on the other side of the map. He's going to be able to trade it, but the Trades are coming back and forth, focus, laboured spray there, but his teammate of Flicky is going to save him.
Yeah, that was a lovely double play towards Donut here. Great coverage from Flicky that you mentioned, of course, to allow Focus to retreat, albeit onto HP. As long as he stays alive, he's a problem for Glitchtech. And it's all a missed shots here for Salamanca, but COALESCE managed to clean up shop here. They're on match point with 4 rounds to spare. And I've already said it in the previous round. I don't see a way they can come back here, Glitchtech.
No, it looks like COALESCE have started to wake up, start to bring this one back and show us what they are capable of. We know they've been a really spicy team throughout this entire Epic LAN. And, you know, Glitchtech have been good as well, but I want to say COALESCE should be the favourites coming into this one.
They were definitely favorites coming into this one. And, well, with Flicky's ult striking to 23 kills and maybe more into this one, he's definitely going to be the problem child of this series. But Glitchtech, look at what you're bringing to the final round. A couple Galils, 2 AKs, the util non-existent pretty much. So it's going to have to be on the aim. And in the aim department's only really been behind X. So he's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting here alongside his teammates.
This is a scrappy buy if I've ever seen one. Onda is going to manage to get one, but LTH quickly trades it. Those Galils doing their work, showing their worth. Focus does get that laboured spray onto Dex, but he does get it across the line. This is going to go for the aggressive peek. What a peek. We were saying about CS2, these rifles doing their work. Definitely have the peeker's advantage going into that one, but LTH and Salamanca, the last two men standing, they are going to come into this B bomb site. We have got 3 players here. This is going to be the first point of contact for this duel. Salamanca, crispy headshot. It's all down to Abyss on the bomb site. His teammates are going to be smoked off, but he's holding on to this. That's the bomb down, and COALESCE going to bring this one back. And Glitchtech in that second half didn't stand a chance.
They did not stand a chance whatsoever. I do believe they only won 1 or 2 rounds at most. That was the COALESCE that we know and love. I think they definitely solidified what they're capable of there on the defense. We can give them a little bit of leeway for that T side, a bit of how they capitulated towards the end. That was the COALESCE that we need to see from here on out if they want to close this series out into.
Yeah, and going into Mirage, we know how puggy that map can be. And I think Glitchtech, we say they have got good utility usage, but at the same time, they have got some good aim stars as well. Archer Ace has a lot of experience against international rosters. We saw him at EPIC47 against Iberian Souls, I believe, and AAB, giving them a run for their money. So I think coming into Mirage, they've got a chance.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, behind X, we've got to see more from him, of course, putting up a great performance on this one. He did go and have a brief spell on AAB, who did have a nice little, made it to the finals at EPIC45, funnily enough. So it's good to see that he had a very good performance individually. We need to see that from the rest of Glitchtech, however. And of course, it is a team game. So do you think they have what it takes to at least bring her back on Mirage after you saw what they did there on an Ancient?
You know what? Mirage is a new map. They've got to take this one. They've got to make this one a clean-cut map. I think they can do it. I think they can definitely have the aim stars to bring this one back. And I think if they just reset, they take a deep breath, I think Mirage can definitely go to the way of Glitchtech.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. We can only hope that we get to see map 3. If not, COALESCE could be taking this 1 and 2, but make sure you do not go anywhere. After the break comes Mirage.
Hello, EPIC47.
Advantage, you have to buy this.
This is so weird. Wait. You click. Oh my god, what the?
Well, that's crazy.
It shouldn't be possible now. Like,
oh my god.
Okay.
This is crazy. And I like this. It's really good. This is really, really good. Oh, it's super fast. Oh, this is good, bro.
Wow. Release the mouse. I miss the click feeling already.
Oh, it's so light.
This is interesting.
Oh my god.
It's just a linear physics.
I was telling my teammates, like, you guys need to buy this now.
trust my senses. Catch me if I fall. So done with second guessing. You seem to have it all. In loving love for anything emotional too soon. You got my invitation, now the rest is up to you. Kick it, rendezvous, make some time for me and you. Get you over, treat you right. We vibing like Kick it, rendezvous, make some time for me and you. Get together, you and I. We vibing like Feeling kinda tipsy, didn't drink, so I don't get it. I must be high, but I'm just guessing. It's something in the way you talk. I'll show my hand, let's play it out. Putting my heart up on the table. I really trust my senses. Catch me if I fall. So done with second guessing. You seem to have it all. In loving love for anything emotional too soon. You got my invitation, now the rest is up to you. Kick it, rendezvous, make some time for me and you. Get you over, treat you right. We vibing like Kick it, rendezvous, make some time for me and you. Get together, you and I. We vibing like It's getting kinda personal. I know my inhibitions, I just let them go. Stole my heart just like a criminal. I think it's time you let me know if you wanna. Kick it, rendezvous, make some time for me and you. Get you over, treat you right. We vibing like Kick it, rendezvous, make some time for me and you. Get together, you and I. We vibing like Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, look what you done. Took a living woman and turned her into stone. I guess I should be thankful. You gone 'cause you chew with your mouth full. I should've run once I figured out that you can't work your tongue. I guess I should be grateful. You're gone, I mean that was painful. Like I said, I'm really glad you're gone, but I'm sad to see what I've become. I was burning like a girl on fire, then you came around and put it out. You really made me think we were lovers. I let you in and underneath my covers. All I wanted was a hot girl summer, but I'm a cold bitch now, what a bummer. You really played my heart like a drummer, mentally drained me kinda like a plumber. All I wanted was a hot girl summer, but I'm a cold bitch now, what a bummer, yeah. Who you think you are? Literally no one if we're being honest. to see what I've become. I was burning like a girl on fire. Then you came around and put it out. You really made me think we were lovers. I let you in and underneath my covers. All I wanted was a hot girl summer. But I'm a cold bitch now, what a bummer. You really played my heart like a drummer. Mentally drained me, kinda like a plumber. All I wanted was a hot girl summer. But I'm a cold bitch now, what a bummer, bummer, yeah.
You always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. Just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe you're brave, boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just won't yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you.
Hello, Overclockers!
Like if you really wanna kind of like a competitive advantage, you have to buy this.
This is so weird. Wait. Click. Oh my god, what the f?
Well, that's crazy.
It shouldn't be possible now. Like,
Oh my god.
okay.
This is crazy. I'm done, and I like this.
It's really good. This is really, really good. Oh, it's super fast. Oh, this is good, bro.
Wow. Release the mouth. I miss the click feeling already.
Oh, it's so light.
This is interesting.
Oh my god. It's just a linear
Wow.
fiction.
I was telling my teammates, like, you guys need to buy this now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to EPIC47. Here, bringing you the CS action. Of course, a special thank you to Overclockers XP Pro Eyewear, and of course, the MVP will be winning themselves a lovely Logitech Super Strike. Of course, we're in the middle of a series right now. Map number 2 will be kicked off under a moment's notice. Mirage up next, but let's take a little quick deep dive back onto that Ancient. The main headline there was Flicky's AWP, I'd like to think.
Yeah, Flicky was having a fantastic game throughout that entire game, but Glitchtech versus COALESCE, they managed to keep it close in the first half, but during that second half, Glitchtech, they started to fumble a little bit. COALESCE started to find their groove, and they were ultimately able to get it over the line, 13-8, and showing us their might.
Yeah, 100%. Of course, COALESCE, they are the favorites, third seeded here. So the fact that they're even down here, again, it's a bit of a surprise to us all. But that's how the story cooks here at Epic Land. Anything can happen at a moment's notice. But yes, you do mention that CT side was near perfect from COALESCE. I mean, they lost, I think, 2 rounds. They lost the pistol. No, they won the pistol, lost the conversion. Yeah. And then from there was pretty much sailing away to victory. But that first half was definitely a little bit more close to nature than what we would have expected, but I think we can just put that down to land nerves a little bit. But was there anybody else on COALESCE that had you hyped up as much as Flicky?
Yeah, I mean, we expected a little bit more out of focus. He had a bit of a quiet game there, but I think, as just one of the players in the background, he didn't really have to do too much. But another player that I'd like to put ahead was behind X. He did a fantastic job during that game. Like, obviously, they didn't manage to get it across the line in the end, but he was their top fragger.
He was indeed, and honestly, the scoreline, I think you can attribute a lot to his success. I mean, how much more do we need to praise the man? I mean, his openings were absolutely perfect. Wherever he was going, he was getting a pick. He was helping entry onto the bomb site. He was helping getting the trades. Wherever he was fragging out, which is what CS is just about, basically. It's a basic analysis, but you got to get the kills. That's how you win the game, and he was doing just that. Maybe a little bit more support from his teammates. A lot of missed shots from the AWP, sadly, from Salamanca, I think. So we'll have to see him elevate his performance to at least match anything close to what Flicky did onto Ancient. But yeah, he's definitely going to need more support if they want to pick take their map pick and take it to Anubis.
And you're talking about it being like their aim. We're going on to Mirage, an absolutely fantastic aim star map. This is the one where Glitchtech can really show their might. They've all got good aim stars. I'm sure that they're going to be able to bring this one to a close game. Obviously, COALESCE, we were talking about them in the first segment. They have amazing aim stars. We talk about all of them. Fizzy with that AWP, Focus, Flick. They're all good players, and they're going to have to bring their A game.
Indeed, and definitely somebody who definitely needs to bring their A game a little bit more will be Under. I think we saw glimpses of what he's capable of. A lot of impact rounds from him, not the consistency that I think we're expecting of him, but he definitely can attribute a lot of that CT side success to him. And even on the T side, getting lovely openers and just lovely entries. So I would like to see him translate that to Mirage. I think it will be a little bit more easier just because it is Mirage. But at the same time, we don't know what Glitchtech will have prepared for this one. So I would like to see how Fizzy calls this map, how he stays on his A game, on his tippy toes. Will he be able to stay ahead of the curve and outcall Glitchtech?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. A lot of the players on Glitchtech weren't showing up in that particular Ancient game. Petter Jones, we saw this is his second Epic LAN ever, as I was looking on his profile. And, I think that the nerves might be kicking in for him.
Yeah, nerves obviously being a big thing. I mean, the fact that it feels like a bit of an honor to be playing here, of course, playing with your mates at a competitive level. I think sometimes it can get to you a little bit, especially when you're expected a lot from people around you. So hopefully the nerves won't be kicking in, because obviously it will be a little bit upsetting to hear that. But I think he's got a good group behind him to keep him steady-headed. I can't even speak, but steady-headed, but just calm, composed. He's got a good core around him to keep him like that. But I do think just COALESCE as a whole, as I mentioned right at the start of the series, they ride that emotion, they ride that wave. We saw that on the CT side, they did it to perfection. I think we're going to be seeing something similar unless, well, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, and obviously this is going to be Glitchtech's map pick. Which side do you think they're going to be starting on?
Well, it looks like they more than likely will be starting on the T side, so they will be dictating the pace for the first half of the game. We kind of did see at the end of the first half of Ancient how well they were able to do that, but at the same time, they were very slow off their marks. We need to see a polar opposite. We need to see them start off good, win the pistol round, and get a streak of rounds going, and don't let COALESCE wake up, because you saw once they wake up, there's no stopping them.
Yeah, and obviously winning the pistol round's one thing, but winning the after round, the post round,
The conversion, yeah.
yeah, that's the one that gets them in the back, because after that, on the third round, they've got no money to fight back, and you know we saw that in Ancient multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the conversion, I mean, I've got to give a special shout out to One Wing, of course, my duo. I mean, what does he always say? Got to win that conversion. It doesn't matter if you win the pistol, you got to win that conversion, because if not, you are broke. So hopefully we don't see any shenanigans, but something tells me that UKCS has a different plan for us, to be completely honest. Because if there's anything that is consistent, it's a Tech 9 round, it's a 5-7 round going crazy, but it does look like map number 2 will be getting kicked off underway right now. So everybody get locked in. This should be a good one.
Look at this. Got a bit of utility on the side of Fizzy. They're coming into this one with the momentum behind them. Look like they've got a bit of a read here. 4 plays towards B. Thinking Glitchtech are going to just send it out, but Glitchtech, they're aware of this.
There's already been sent into departments to clear all of this out, and this timing is going to be near perfect.
Yeah, this is some pre-match work from COALESCE to get this one underway. Glitchtech, are they aware of this? COALESCE are starting to make their way towards A now. They know this is a mid-play. Peaks are starting to come through behind X. Tries to go for the back line. Yeah. He's aware of this. Gets the first shot. A second! What a shot from Onda. Johnny Zero does leave the server, but that's still a massive one from Onda. Showing why he's part of this team. Abyss will find one. A little bit laboured on that tapping, but he's getting it eventually. But LTH finds 2. Got scary there for a second.
I got scary. LTH, what was that last stand? That was heroic. Nearly, my son. Making the Italians proud with that one. But it's on under there. And to be fair, it looked like Johnny Zero just vacated the server, so he wasn't part of that clip there for Under. But yeah, like you mentioned, that was some outside the server work. They wouldn't have done that if they didn't know what Glitchtech wanted to do. So that's already a little bit of a scare for the IGL of Glitchtech. Their plans have already been uncovered, it seems.
And as One Wing said, you got to get that conversion. Here we are. They've got the Deagles out for Glitchtech. They have a few Deagles. LTH is going to just stick on to that Glock as well for behind X. And, you know, this one's not looking good for Glitchtech. I don't think they're going to be converting this one.
Yeah, it will definitely be tricky, but if there's any map where you can send out a Deagle and just to get some heroics, it is going to be Mirage. Send it out middle, send it out ramp, just try and get a nice little headshot. The round blows wide open, and thankfully that tech timeout wasn't too long. Johnny Zero's back in the server. Hopefully that was just a little blip. And I just, okay, Cast just cursed. That is, of course, the most obvious thing. Oh, dear. Well, we can only hope he comes back. I don't think it'll be too long, but don't really have much to talk about apart from that pistol. But what do you think then? Glitchtech, if their plans have already been unfolded, only in the pistol, of course, we don't know how much work COALESCE have done, but they've already got a nice counter on that pistol. What do you think Glitchtech have to do going forward?
Well, firstly, you need to have your players on all guns blazing, making sure that they're hitting their shots, but at the same time, this is Mirage. Like Glitchtech, there's only so many strategies you can call, and if their players are on fire, then I think they could just push it through, keep pushing COALESCE, but I think COALESCE... Oh. Sorry.
That's all good. So, yeah, no, COALESCE, I mean, just in general, like, they have just been decent. I mean, we kind of talk about outside the server. They are, of course, 8-3 in main. Egrin's come in for Sherry on shoutouts to him. He's been doing some good work with them as well at the start of the season. And even Glitchtech as well. I mean, coming into this one, they were actually looking for players. Archway stepping in to the boots, into the shoes here for Glitchtech. I think he's done a decent job all event round. They've made it to playoffs, which is already a bonus. But at the same time, this could be their final run here. So they have to take this as a best of one. If they don't lose this one, they're out. They're done in 2-0. And I know for a fact, both of you, me and you, we don't want this to be a 2-0. And I know people at home don't want this to be a 2-0.
No, absolutely not. Fans of Glitchtech, they want this to go all the way into the last map. But here we have the round starting. Glitchtech finally getting Johnny Zero back into the server. We haven't got much to talk about in this round. A few Deagles might be able to get a few nice pot shots here and there, but it's going to have to be a little bit of aggression here. A few mistakes out of COALESCE. But Fizzy's going to play the B site nice and safe. That nade just off the mark. He is jump spotting, so the timing might be there for Salamanca, but he misses the shot. Lets him know where it's positioned. But look at this, Abyss pushing all the way towards Palace. But LTH is aware of this. Might be not looking the right way, but Abyss will give up his position. They know he's pushed up now. They know what he knows. And it just looks like they're going to slow this one down. Looking for those peaks. Focus is going to give it to him. But comes off the angle. The Rail of the Abyss push. Arch Ace is here waiting for it. Spots the head, but Abyss is too quick for him. The M4 doing its work, and this one's looking over before it seems started.
Yeah, I mean, COALESCE are playing this very, very smartly here. They're not giving the Deagles any real chance in the round. Fizzy, of course, as the B anchor, is probably the most important position, I'd say. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the B anchor as well whenever I play. But you lose this side of the map, it's a very hard retake, and it's always a bit of a pain as an A player to come back in and vice versa. So the fact he's just staying alive, playing it smart, not over-peeking into these Deagles, he's doing the right thing. Abyss, of course, I mean, he's on a tear at the moment. He's doing the flank around. Players already in place here to stop any sort of B hit here, so this should just be a mow down as the bomb tries to find its way onto the site and get a bit of extra cash money, but it does not seem that will happen. So a clean second conversion finally given to us in this series, and COALESCE looking to start off strong.
Yeah, the AKs are going to come out for Glitchtech, looking to do something of their own, maybe a little bit of an execute. You know, I do believe that they could bring this one back if they can catch COALESCE off guard, but it's just a case of them being sloppy. Last game, they were missing a lot of flashbangs, utility. Sometimes it could hit, but sometimes it couldn't. But that inconsistency, that's what stuck it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, you can put down this series or this event to who can make the less mistakes, and obviously that doesn't sound nice to say it, but of course, you make the less of mistakes compared to your opponent, you will go on and win. So COALESCE, now that they're active, I think we've seen the best of them, of course, but it's still early days.
Look at this activity from COALESCE, pushing down mid. Johnny Zero will find the first, Behind X does find the second. Flicky does get one of his own, but this is a man disadvantage for COALESCE. Salamanca might be here, but Fizzy's got the smoke out, caught off guard, and that's going to be the B bomb site taken. Nothing really to write home about here. Flicky finds one more, but on just the last man standing. We're talking about him being such a young, up-and-coming player, and last game, he was playing really well for COALESCE.
Was indeed, and in a round like this, you're stuck in a 1 versus 3, all your teammates dead, you're down to half HP, no kits. It's one that you could at least try to attempt, I suppose, but at the same time, I don't think it'd be the smartest option here, and he might be able to get this pick onto Mr. Johnny over here. Pick up that AK and run to the hills, but I think this is... Oh, and he made the step, and he's not going to be none the wiser. So he will actually fall to Johnny with a 3K in the round. So forget the disconnects. He's active as well. So Johnny is on the server here. And yeah, I mean, I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of the fights take down middle. What a surprise. We mentioned it at the start of the game. Middle is where most of the brawls will be happening. So we'll be coming out on top.
Yeah, well, this is Mirage, and Mirage, it's the third strongest point of the entire map. A, B, that's where you plant the bomb, but mid, that allows you positioning throughout the entire game, allows you those quick rotates back and forth, able to fake out the players, but look at that nice movement from Onda, able to get up towards mid, pushing up early. Flicky is here behind him. Are they going to be aware of this position, coming through the smoke, looking for a little bit of a mistake here from Glitchtech? Surely they must be aware of this play. But here he is, behind the smoke. Utility starting to come up for Glitchtech. Are they going to be aware of his position? He's not able to go in first.
Wow.
A Labour spray. Onda not quite on the mark, but Flicky going to bring it back. Johnny Zero on low HP now.
It does end in a 4-on-4. Surprisingly, Yonder not getting that kill. I think in that position you would expect him to at least get one, maybe two, but smoke fade. Just maybe not ready for the fight. Crosser not in the right position, but at least Flicky does get the trade back. Round tick down to 1 minute. Glitchtech looking to set up to the apartments over here.
Yeah, but we do see Archer Ace on the other side of the map, maybe trying to go for a little bit of a fake, draw them back towards the A bomb site. He has got a good amount of utility on his back, so if they want to bring this one towards them, they have to use him to his ability. They're going to take this one nice and slowly, peeking it out towards Apps. Archer Ace finds one. That might draw Abyss over, but he's stuck in his boots. He's here. He's found one, but won't be able to find a second. That's the B bomb site taken, but you better believe COALESCE are on this retake.
DDR will be a 2-on-2. Flicky's open, Fizzy in the retake here. The bomb planted for sure. You already see Salamanca setting up shop here for this post plan. LTH is going to stand on the bomb and just be its guardian.
Flicky's been flicking with that orb this game, and he's looking for this first kill into the bomb site. LTH is here. Salamanca with that Molotov. Both players have Molotov, so this could be incremental to the round. Sizzy is working his way into the bomb site. LTH finds 2 to bring it home for Glitchtech.
Very clean from Lord the Hero there. Very nice round from him. And to be honest, there Abyss had a lot on his plate there. He was the sole B-side defender there. He had 3 players to contest with. His teammates, sadly, they did go for the gamble on the A side, did not work out. Focus caught on a very uncomfortable timing. They're going up the ladder, so Archer Ace's pick, just solidifying that round for them. But it's good to see Glitchtech are definitely active on the map. It is their pick, of course, so let's see if they can get a string of rounds together.
Mirage has been in the map pool for so long. Every single play
Too long.
Yeah, way too long. Why? What do you think it should be swapped out for?
Oh, it should just be gone in general.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we can talk about this in this round. Though Flicky, he's got the Zeus. Don't know what he's looking to do with that.
We need a Zeus kill. I don't know if there's been a Zeus
so
kill
many.
yet.
Yeah, we've had so many.
We had so many?
Me and Jaffa yesterday, there were 2 Zeus kills in the same series.
Unbelievable. I need that in one of my games. Well, hopefully we get a little Flicky Zeus in this one, but I think Glitchtech are going to be taking all the protocols they need to make sure we don't get any silly business happening.
Yeah, I'm behind X. He's here. That nade's going to miss the mark. Flicky, he might, if he jumped up, Flicky might have had a chance with that Zeus, but looks like they're going to come up connector. Onda not able to get anything with the dualies. A flying Mac 10 from behind X, and it's just down to Abyss. He's got the P250 and that body armor, so an AK could be dangerous in his hands. He does grab onto it, finds a nice spray onto LTH. This is getting way too close for Glitchtech. COALESCE starting to accelerate into the bomb site, but looking for those picks.
They're pretty much pinched into the corner here. You got the player activating from behind. That is Archer Ace, but Abyss head on a swivel here.
They have a chance.
He's pulling out a madness here, but do they clear out the connector player? They got a crossfire that's one for the ages, and Abyss actually does. They nearly win that round. They both get their kills. That's the round win for COALESCE. Glitchtech, they got to stay steady-headed because that was not good.
And look at the HP on the last 2 players. That was definitely in the bag for COALESCE. 20 HP per player. That was way too close for comfort. They're going to get the M4s out, and I think that's just Abyss showing us what he's capable of.
100%. That entire round, again, is on him. The fact that he nearly gets that pick onto connector, I wasn't expecting him to clear that out, but that's just the game sense from him. Just head on a swivel. That was nearly something special from COALESCE, but the damage has definitely been done on a physical and mental level here onto Glitchtech.
We like to talk about that mid control. Look at this. Johnny Zero going for the boost up. He's got his signature AWP, but no one's here to meet him right now. COALESCE are keeping this one nice and passive. Don't want to give up anything too early into this map. But Glitchtech there, they've got a lot of control here. A lot of control that COALESCE aren't necessarily accounting for.
Playing to the bomb site are COALESCE. Little flash into ramp finds nothing, but if they're not going to be playing mid, they do need to take other portions of the map so they're not completely overran here. So as Glitchtech do work their way up connector, still COALESCE remain hunkered up onto the bomb sites. You see Flicky taking his position into jungle. Focus taking this fight.
Labored.
A very labored fight there, I do agree. Will lose his life to behind X, who continues his fine form. It's a 5-on-4. It's a bit of a rough situation to be if you're COALESCE.
Yeah, and Glitchtech, they're in a good position now to get this round win. Finally, the rifles are out for both sides. There's no tricky business here, but COALESCE might be dropping the ball. Fizzy is here, close on the angle. Will be the first point of contact towards B. That smoke is going to give away his position. No, it's thrown by Abyss, so maybe not giving away his position.
They're actually doubling back here. 25 seconds. This is going to be the fake. LTH, the bomb is going down lower. This is just being noise made by Salamanca, and it's going to be working out perfectly here. Connector's wide open. This A side wide open. Flicky looks like he's caught the ball here. Is going to be close in contention to at least try and deny this bomb, but it's going to be a tough one to deny. Yes. But no, he does get a pick onto Archer Ace. Bomb will get planted though, but COALESCE 4v3, 4v2 as Flicky goes on a tear. LTH standing true towards triple. It's a 2-on-1 now. Behind X versus Under and Fizzy. What? And COALESCE, even though they were being ran around circles here, Flicky running back at the perfect time, salvages the round, Under closing it out.
Yeah, and that's just COALESCE taking advantage of those kills, making Glitchtech panic there, I think. That last minute rotate towards A, COALESCE, they were on the ball with that one.
I mean, I'm just surprised. I mean, with 25 seconds, you're expecting him to pop through to B, through the smoke, get a couple of flashes, and, well, trade your way into the site. But I don't know what that last second call was. It nearly made them look like geniuses, but Flicky looks like he was ahead of the game there and was able to put a stop to anything before it got too out of hand. And it's a tie game now, so again, I'd say maybe overthinking it a little bit, but give them benefit of the doubt. They nearly look like geniuses there.
Yeah, geniuses or dumb, which one do you want to call it? But they were not able to get that round across the line. Behind X is doing his best to get this one through. Got plenty of utility on the back of each player. Tech9's on Arch Ace and LTH, so they have to have a few concessions into this one, courtesy of that loss, but they definitely have a chance into this one. We know those Tech9s were dangerous in the last game, so it's just a case of slowing this one down, going for those peaks, but they're keeping that control. Behind X is going to walk up Connector. He is here, going to be met by Abyss if he's not careful. Focus is actually going to be the first one to take him down. And straight into the B-bomb site. They know where they have to go now. But Flicky is hitting some amazing shots with the AWP. And that's a third for him. He's shut Glitch Tech down. They got caught off during mid. They had to push towards B. They're caught off guard. They were a bit panicky there, I think.
Yeah, but that's the lovely potential that we see from Flicky. I mean, this land buff has clearly been helping him out a lot because those are some nice shots that I've not been seeing him hit as much as I think we should have. So the fact he's come into live here on land where it matters most, it's a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, COALESCE, they are showing us what they are worth right now, why they were the third seed in this entire tournament. Glitch Tech, they have to show us a little bit more here if they want to bring this home for themselves and bring us into the third map of Anubis. But Flicky is here on the mid peak, playing this aggressively, but looks like they're going to give him the space to just sit here. Not going to give up anything too early. 3 players towards A. They're going to go for the peak towards stairs, but those Deagles not able to get any shots off.
I mean, really saw COALESCE play around like this. They played it to perfection. Flicky actually flicking away there, so that's an opening pick. Missed opportunity from him, but COALESCE still happy to play it passive. Who am I kidding? Flicky going straight back into the action.
He's not scared.
Ahead of the flashes even, so he's peeking off pure confidence and aura right now as Under's wiping off the other side of the map. These pistols not finding anything to boot. COALESCE looking to make this number 5 without issue. And they're on a tear right now.
Yeah, I think this could be the start of the end for Glitch Tech. COALESCE, they're grabbing this one. They're getting that momentum behind them. These kills, the players are starting to get confident. Flicky, we've been seeing him. He kept going for that mid-peak time and time again. Look, 12 kills already. We're only on the 9th round so far.
Absolutely ridiculous. And especially with the state of CS2, you expect most AWPers to be very passive unless you're a freak like Monacy or something like that. Flicky, the confidence he's taken into these swings is exactly what you'd want out of your AWPer, and it just makes your life so much easier knowing he's going to be getting these kills, and that just makes our life so much easier.
Yeah, and Mirage being the map it is, that really does cater towards that AWP. The plays it can have. Flicky is aggressive towards B-Apps. Not going to be able to see anything so far. Might be able to clear this out for his teammates as they Glitch Tech start to push towards mid, taking that control yet again. They love this mid control so far.
I mean, it's the only real place where they can at least get uncontested by, but COALESCE looking quite happy just to give up that portion of the map, fill up the vacancies elsewhere. You do have Flicky's AWP always changing position, which I always preface is so important to see from an AWPer. He's posted towards apartment, so he's got that site on lockdown. This crossfire towards the A site, looking to deal damage if anything comes their way.
Looks like they are inclined towards the A-bomb site here. We've got 3 players towards Connector, slowly making their way up. We have got 3 players here for COALESCE. This is a little bit of a read for them. They're playing the right positions. Ondor is aware of this completely. Looking the right way. Behind X is going to make his way into the site. A labor spray from Ondor, but gets it across the line. And it's into the 2 versus 4 now. Kills are just coming back and forth. But Salamanca is in the 1 versus 2 clutch now. He definitely had a chance, but as I say that, Flicky showing us what he's worth.
Little teammates there from COALESCE, letting Glitch Tech know that we're in control now. And you are on the back foot, and you are going to be struggling your way to even come back into this game. And that setup was near perfect. You had Abyss towards Ticket, just making sure that he could activate late after that crossfire activates. It was absolutely perfect hold. That setup was near perfect.
Yeah, and we talk about Flicky having 13 kills, but there's no dead weight on the side of COALESCE for now. They're all doing a fantastic job, making the support going really far. The utility usage is on point, but obviously those headshots are coming through back and forth.
100%. even with Glitch taking up middle, which you'd think, oh, they're going to be winning the round now. They got all the map control in the world. They can decide their fate there. We can go A, we can go B. It doesn't matter. You can't stop us. COALESCE almost like, yeah, sure, go ahead. You can take middle all you want, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to get onto our bomb site, and we're not going to let you do that. So the holds have been very good. The confidence on their aimers, it's perfect. So this CT side we saw in Ancient, it was pretty excellent, I'd say. And we're seeing that same thing translate over to Mirage. Glitchtech, I mean, I don't want to already be ringing the alarm bells, but at this point, it's getting to the point where it's going to get a bit too late for them to come back into this one, I think.
Yeah, and they haven't really been able to do much with the mid control they have been taking. They've been making their way into the bomb sites, but COALESCE has been one step ahead of them every single time. And, you know, I want to see a little bit of a switch up here, maybe going for a little bit more of an A execute, keeping it nice and simple. No, there's been no, well, maybe a few. They got 3 rounds towards the start of the game, but right now they need to switch something up, but maybe this isn't the round for it.
No, it isn't. We're seeing a collection of pistols looking to fill up the pockets here of Glitchtech. It's going to be a tough one with the way COALESCE are playing these anti-ecos to perfection. It's going to be a hard one to break down, but if there's any time, it has to be now. Here on round number 10 for Glitchtech. This half is escaping through their hands, through their fingers. COALESCE looking to move their way on here in Epic Land and finish this map in a 2-0 fashion.
Yeah, and we're talking about executes. Here we go, straight into the B bomb site. Archer Ace is going to be taken down. Fizzy finds 2 through the smoke. Will eventually be taken down, but not after getting 2 kills of his own. We have got Flicky here. He's going to try his best to get a few pot shots here and there, but Onda making his way into the bomb site. Aggressive player, and it's working out for him, but behind X, he's going to be pinched by all angles.
Behind X, Tech 9s, bro. That's what I'm saying, Tech 9s. Someone put us up to them.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they've been absolutely nuts this entire game. Even on Ancient, we saw them constantly taking the B bomb site, absolutely mowing down everybody, but just not able to get across the line. That was a nice little clip there for behind X, but not able to get the round win. Here we go. We've got AKs across the board. Johnny Zero on that AWP. We want to see a little bit more out of him this game. He's got 7 kills, but he's not been quite on the level of Flicky, who's been shutting him down every step of the way.
Yeah, he's not been as loud as Flicky, that's for sure. And Flicky, I'm sure he's going to be continuing to be a thorn in the side of Glitchtech here. But going back to all reliable, it seems, for Glitchtech, setting up to posture towards middle.
Yeah, at some point you have to think this isn't working out for you. You have to try and get a little bit of control towards the A bomb site, but
get under. He's taking ramp.
Yeah, he's taking control. They're not aware of the play in Palace right now. Archer Ace is here, but as far as what he can do, I'm not sure if he's got much up his sleeve right now.
It's all going to be on timing here. I mean, with Glitchtech slowly falling underway through the valley here, Under is going to be in a prime momentum to strike, especially as LTH has gone to recover that bomb, and there it goes, bomb down, Under strikes, and now this is foiled. Whatever Glitchtech have to do, they need to deal with him right here, right now, because Under can be a proper problem. He spots the head of the AWPer here. He's just going to stay alive, be an absolute nuisance, which he knows he's good at, but he does lose his life. His teammates for Glitchtech recovering on the other side of the map. They've got a man advantage.
Yeah, and finally Glitchtech have the man advantage. Look at this. Abyss going to look through the smoke, finds that kill onto Salamanca into the 2 versus 2. That bomb was recovered, thankfully. And Glitchtech actually have a chance in this round. As I say that, Flicky showing us what he can do, shutting it down. Johnny Zero in the 1 versus 2 clutch. That bomb is going to go down. And this is the best chance they've had so far.
Yeah, and he's got a nade, 2 flashes to boot, but he does have to bypass the Flicky test. Both AWPers, we've not really seen them duel each other. This will be probably the first time we will be seeing it as Johnny posts up to connector. Just needs to play around default.
And here he is in the 1 versus 2 clutch. They're going to start accelerating towards the site now. They're not letting him have a single chance. That AWP is going to fire off, but not able to get anything. Glitchtech, they lost that round. That was so close. Johnny Zero, he tried his best, but those AWP shots not connecting.
Again, it is Under. He's only 7 and 7, of course. Maybe we're expecting him to be flooding with kills, but again, it's all about the impact he's delivering and just being a disruption in the side of Glitchtech. That ramp push, absolutely well timed, catching the bomb down. I can only imagine the panic on the comms. I've been killed by behind. He's pushed for T-spawn. That throws the entire plan into foil there for Glitchtech. They do a good job to recover, but at the same time, maybe we need to see Johnny Zero step up more to the plate there. 1v2 with the AWP on default. We need to see him hit the shots.
I think we've seen Archer A struggle a bit. He's got 2 kills, but ultimately he was that Palace player, and he did not communicate to his player that that was a possibility, and that meant Ondo had so much space. And look at him go again. He is going to get his... He's going to have these players run towards him now. He's aware of their position there, making the noise, and Molotov's going to draw him out, but he does get killed eventually. LTH doing his best, but focus with the AUG. The AUG of all weapons is going to be popping off. LTH isn't aware of his position. A lack of communication, but it's fine. Behind X finds the kill. Flicky doesn't flick onto that one, but he tries for the second.
He's going to hit.
Oh,
Slam dunk Kobe from Flicky to end the half 9-3. 17 kills. I mean, we were talking it during the break. He was the MVP of Ancient. Clearly, he wants us to give the MVP now for Mirage.
Oh, absolutely. Flicky has been slapping Glitchtech back and forth, not giving them a chance to get into this game. He's been one step ahead of them every single time. He missed a second shot, but that nade was perfect. Kobe on to behind X, and Glitchtech only with 3 rounds going into the CT side. It's looking a bit dire for them.
It really is, and I thought that's where they did their best work on the Ancient, the T side, but now they will be on the defense. Coalesce looking to put on an offensive masterclass to end off this series in an absolute brutaling fashion for Glitchtech, and they're looking to set up outside A.
You know, it's not over until they reach 13. Johnny Zero is aggressive in Palace. He's going to get the first kill of that P2000, and Nicky again showing his worth, but shots are coming back and forth. Salamanca looking crispy. Nice 2 headshots. And Fizzy, last man standing, not going to stand a chance. And this is what Glitchtech needs.
They desperately needed that. They're putting the Italians on the map here. As I'm sure everybody will know, one quick look at HLTV. Italians are non-existent in the scene, so I'll take what we can get as an Italian in heart. I want to see a little bit of Glitchtech at least putting up a performance that's warranted from them. That's a start, but we need to see them build from this. I mean, winning the pistol round, sure, that's all good and done, but they're so many rounds behind. We need to see them win this conversion first. It's a start, though. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Look at the buy, though, and Coalesce. They've got that deagle on Onda. We know he's got some good mechanics, and he can definitely use this weapon to its full capabilities. They're going for the boost. They're going to go for the run boost, actually. Whether this catches Johnny Zero off guard, no.
Okay, the round's done.
He tracks that run boost. There's no chance. And that's going to be the 5th for Glitchtech. They convert it. But now they've got the bonus buy. They've got MP9s. Actually, Johnny Zero's going to drop that MP9, go for that AWP straight away.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to be the impact player. We did mention at the start of the series, the AWPs will be the deciding factor. Flicky, I think he's holding that end of the bargain. Yet to see much from Johnny Zero, but this could be his half to prove why is the AWPer for Glitchtech and why we need to see Anubis.
One of the 2 players that are fragging on the Glitchtech side, trying his best to keep his team afloat in this half. They've got a little bit of early control towards Palace, but looks like Glitchtech are going to go for a little bit of a push of their own here. Pushing down towards ramp. They've got that early control now, clearing it out. Salamanca is going to go for the early fight. Finds it. Onda not ready for that position. And it's just Coalesce slowing this one down, making sure they don't give up any more early picks.
Yeah, Coalesce starting that round off a little bit too quickly, maybe Onda trying to catch the timing there. But this is where I think we can see Coalesce start to capitulate a little bit. They've got the advantage. They're in the lead, but I feel like this is where we see teams mess up quite a bit. When they're in the lead, they're in the hot seat to close out a game. This is where you can maybe see them start to overthink things. We can see them thinking, oh, we got this in the bag. I'll just swing in and win the fight because I'm better than them. This is still a respectable Glitchtech side that can shut you down if they're given a chance. So Coalesce, they're feeling the brunt of it now.
Yeah, and Coalesce might be getting in their own heads at this point. They're trying their best to dig themselves out of this sticky situation, but look at Archerace's position. He's going to catch Flicky off of guard, pick up that AK-47 and shut down this round. Focus. He's going to have a bit of a slow game. Johnny Zero's going to catch him off guard. And Glitchtech, they've got us talking about them again.
I mean, they do, and that's the first tactical, I think, very well timed for Coalesce, because that round was pretty much a disaster from the get-go. And even though it was 9-3 and it looked quite terrible, they're only 3 rounds behind now. They're forced onto the eco, or at least a half-buy with a couple pistols. They're right back into the game.
I think courtesy of this MR13, these comebacks, they've been so much more prominent this Epic LAN. We've seen them come back and forth. These comebacks, they've been really prominent here at EPIC47.
Yeah, normally I'm always talking about it with One Wing that we never really see any comebacks. I feel like it is a little bit harder to get back into games nowadays with, of course, the new regulations and stuff. But clearly Epic LAN is a different tale for us to tell. So I'm very happy to see that we're seeing teams get back into the game. And it's almost that belief that you actually have your friends next to you, your teammates next to you. Almost it feels like you can see the inspiration seep between everybody.
Yeah, and either way, look at the buy on Coalesce. Tech 9s. We've seen the damage they can do, but they're going towards mid. This is really the right play for the Tech 9s. See what they can do. They have been quite dangerous at long range, I suppose. We saw it on Ancient a lot.
Indeed, I mean, we may have would have thought to take it towards apartments, set out ramp, and then explode out, but so they're just gonna run it through onto short. They got the smoke down
It's a
connector to
B-split.
allow them to pass through. Here comes the B split.
Here we go, straight into short. LT. Oh, behind Dex, not able to get that messy spray from him. It's a 3 versus 2 actually.
my word.
Coalesce. What is going on right now?
Tech9s are clearly putting in the work here. Flicky gonna be picking up that
His
trusted green of his.
signature.
3 bullets in the mag as well. So this is gonna be a very, very tough retake. I mean, that would be calmed over that he could have potentially picked it up. Archer Ace and Salamanca to recover a round that really shouldn't be in this position right now. Archer with 3 kills. Flicky with a rare miss shot. Another rare miss shot. Flicky missing when it matters most, but his teammates are there to bail him out. Focus with the double, but that Tech9 split from short and apartments, that never should have ended in a round win for Coalesce. Unbelievable.
But that's what we like to see from Coalesce. Flicky misses a few shots, but his teammates have been proving themselves as well. You know, he's got 20 kills, but everyone is pulling their weight. They find their 10th round, and I'm just making sure that they can keep this momentum going. Now break what Glitchtech have. Glitchtech have got enough money to buy into this one. I assume LTH does have a weapon on the floor for him. Yeah, he's going to pick up that M4. They've got a tactical timeout, so I want to talk this one over. Make sure that they don't let this one get out of hand. Make sure that this game is close.
It's done and dusted because you're right. I know what you're about to say. I mean, lost bonus 1900. Coalesce, this is a good time to make a tactical, not only to just let Glitchtech seep in the thought of this could be it. They lose this round, they're broke. And Coalesce are in pole position to close out this game.
Yeah, if they lose this round, if Coalesce manage to get this one across the board, that's going to leave them on match point, and Glitchtech, they're not going to have much of a chance after that. We have to see something a little bit different here. Maybe go for a little bit of mid control. They haven't really been fighting for it too much this particular game.
Not wrong, and maybe we were bigging up Coalesce with the tactical, because it looks like it is a tech. We don't really know what it is, but we haven't been blessed with as many tech problems as I'm used to previous Epic lands, but hopefully this is quickly rectified. But maybe this is the pause that Glitchtech need to just discuss some things over and thoroughly lay out a game plan to come back into this one, because of course lose this one and it's done for you.
Yeah, and I think Archer Ace needs to splash himself a little bit of water. He's been struggling in this game so far. Look at that, 3 kills, 14 deaths, and you know, I think he is quite new to this roster.
He is indeed. Glitchtech have definitely had some roster changes coming into Epic Land, trying to fill up some slots. He's one of them. Being put in that position, just being called up late, I can understand that's a bit of a challenge to get into a team, but I feel like in the UK scene, everybody knows each other at that like a decent level, so I think he can slot himself in and be a player of impact. Yet to see it on this map, but it's not too late. It's never too late to get going.
No, I think I said the last game. Arch Ace, he's got some good experience behind him. The likes of Iberian Souls, AAB at EPIC47.
He's played against some of the best teams, and so have many. So if you can play against the best, you can do it against your UK brothers. So
yeah,
it's here and now for Glitchtech.
Coalesce keeping this one nice and slow. Just looking for a few mistakes here from Glitchtech. Not giving anything up. They have got a sprinkling of players towards mid, just making sure that this is in their control. But Coalesce have focus, pushing up towards the B bomb site. That Molotov's not going to be able to clear anyone out. But LTH is behind barrels. But Abyss, that flashbang's perfect. Fizzy is able to get the trade, so all in all, not the worst position, but that 4v4 does favour the T side as they can group up, hit into this bomb site. We have got Johnny Zero with that AWP posted up towards Kitchen. Going to be in the prime position to shut down this Coalesce push. They're going to start playing this one nice and slowly. The utility's not coming out.
There's a shot there from Johnny. Now they come through the window.
Oh.
LTH having to go huge for
Okay,
Force. They're
nice
only
one.
good for 1. Johnny Serra's yet to hit the mark here. Needs to stand very strong here at the back of site, all alone behind Dex, with support from Market as well, as it's a 2-on-2. Finally, Johnny's AWP hits Trua's Archer in support. That's only his 4th kill, but that's an impact kill if I've ever seen it. Glitchtech only 2 rounds behind now.
Another team ace from Glitchtech, showing like they have got the chemistry to get them through this. They stood strong on that B bomb site. Coalesce didn't get that utility out. They wanted to play that one slowly. They didn't want to give up the position too early, but the shots just weren't coming through for them.
sure for Archer, it's going to be a true test of the mental battle for him, because I'm sure every time he opens up the scoreboard, seeing that he has 4 kills, his teammates will pretty much neck and neck. He will be definitely the deciding factor. If he starts to awaken now, especially after that last round, it'll be a deciding factor to get Glitchtech back into this game. Coalesce on a bit of a mix buy. That chance to break Glitchtech is gone, but they're not out of the chance yet.
Yeah, there's no way this game is over yet. Glitchtech showing us what they're worth. They've got a bit of an early pick here from Onda, showing us he's the aggressive player, but LTH manages to keep it under his control. They've got behind X getting flashed by Coalesce. Will be taken off the angle. They're aware of his position, but that smoke's going to block vision for the time being.
I like how he's still sticking around, though. He knows he's got a nice angle here to contest into middle with, and they're not really spotting him out here. Now he's going to strike it, but he strikes a little bit too late as out through the smoke comes Fizzy, but great reaction from behind X. He now dives into the ladder room as he looks to at least support his teammate, but Salamanca has got window on lockdown. 2 versus 4, stuck towards connector. Behind X still being a pain in the backside here for Coalesce as it's all on Flicky's up. 22 kills. I know you've been doing miracles, son, but I think we're asking for a bit too much from you. 40 seconds, though. If he's able to pick out these fights individually, he can make something happen, but it won't come to pass as Archer, again, recording another kill in the round. He's starting to come alive here. I think we can see a little bit more confidence in him, helping out his teammates, taking the fights that he needs to, and now they're only 2 behind Glitchtech. They're looking to complete this comeback and even go even further beyond.
Absolutely, and if Archer starts to show what he's worth, then I think there could definitely stand a chance coming into this one. That momentum's going to be underneath him now. He's going to start getting a little bit more confident. Again, these Tech 9s are out for Coalesce. They haven't got much money behind them, but we've seen that these rounds can get really close. It's actually the Tech 9 round they won.
It was, wasn't it? Indeed it was. I'm sure we won't be seeing Deja Vu, though, right?
Well, you say that. It's towards the A bomb site this time round. Got a few smokes to block off the angles, but Johnny's Era is posted up. Prime position to get Onda, who is going to come first. Will be taken down. Dink towards Johnny's Era through the Tech 9, but Archer Ace is here, finds one, Focus finds one, but there's just not much they can do here. Fizzy's trying his best to get those shots off, but not able to get anything. And Glitchtech, this is a 1-round game.
This is indeed a 1-round game. It feels like this half is kind of like a blink and you miss it type of affair, because, yeah, where the hell has this come from? Look at that, 6 rounds compared to the 1 of Coalesce on the T side. And this is what I mean. I think they got a little bit too big for the boots there, Coalesce. I think they thought this game is done. We're going to just do a little bit of Puggy-style CS, play it quick, just try and overwhelm them. But Glitchtech have stood firm. They've been a wall on this defense, and they have well warranted this comeback. But it's not over till it's over. They still are 1 round behind. Flicky bringing out that AWP. I feel like they need to put a lot of the focus on him getting a pick and then using that explosive firepower that they have to open into that bomb site and get the bomb down.
Yeah, he's been a bit quiet in this half in particular. He had a very good CT side, of course, but...
20 kills, didn't he?
Yeah.
And now he's only gotten 3 on this half, so he's definitely shut down.
Maybe that's a case of his teammates trying to set him up for a few more fights, get him out and in aggressive positions. So far, only the pistol rounds have gone their way. Oh, not for Coalesce. They found that 1 Tech 9 round, but Glitchtech have been dominant this entire half, except for that 1 Tech 9 round. But either way, we're going to get into the round. Got that AWP on the side of Johnny's Era again. A little bit of aggression towards mid, going to boost up towards ladder. Take a bit of mid control, but all 5 players are towards this side of the map. Coalesce not taking anything towards A. 3 players towards mid. Just going for a little bit of control here. Keeping it nice and slow. Going to walk through the smoke.
And we're seeing that same B hit with the Tech 9s, only with the rifles this time. But behind X, not clearing out ladders, a rookie mistake from Coalesce. He gets away with 2 kills that shouldn't have come to pass. LTH once again catching them on the drop down. And this has not been the T side that Coalesce would have wanted. They still have a chance in this round, but sadly for them, they're putting too much pressure once again on Flicky towards Van. A minute on the clock to make something happen. Battle opening his way in, but that was a bit too easy. I mean, the run up short, not at least 1 person checking into ladder room. That's basic stuff.
Yeah, Coalesce starting to get a bit sloppy here. Not checking the corners they should be, not checking the angles. And I think the pressure's starting to get to them. Maybe a little bit tilted this far into the game. Glitchtech won 7 rounds in this half, only 1 for Coalesce. They must be feeling it at this point.
They definitely are feeling it, and I prefaced it on Ancient. If COALESCE are to win this, behind X needs to keep up his performance for one, but two, his teammates need to be there to support them, and I think they've definitely been doing that now on the CT side.
Yeah, COALESCE going back to what worked, what got them there 1 round. They've got that hero AK on the side of Focus. He has to show us what he's worth in this round. Here we go into the site push. LTH is here, that smoke's going to go down, obscure the vision, but they're going to accelerate into the bomb site. He finds 2. They're a bit messy here. Fizzy's getting up nice and close. Might catch Johnny Zero off guard. He's not looking the right way. You need to peek, mate, and he does. That AWP goes down. And this is back into a competitive game. Messy spray from LTH.
2 of his teammates dying around him. He's still playing around the smoke, but somehow, again, this B site is the weakness for Glitchtech, despite such a strong hold to begin with. But they're going to have to recover this. Look at the HP on 2 of the players of COALESCE. Archer and Salamanca, of course, need to give this one a go. They have a chance to not even tie it up, take the lead, but Focus getting another kill. How has this even come to pass for COALESCE? Glitchtech shutting down at the moment where they really shouldn't have, and COALESCE continue to stay in the lead of this game. How did that even come to transpire?
I mean, there were some heroics there from LTH, but his teammates were slow to get into the bomb site. Johnny Zero was caught off guard by that Mac-10. You know, that was a bit of a miscommunication. They're not, like, he definitely...
Fizzy just sneaking through the back line.
There was no way he wasn't heard there, so maybe LTH just didn't catch it, but he got behind Johnny Zero, and I think that was the beginning of the end for that round.
You can see this is the first tactical finally being used by Glitchtech. I think it's the best time. I was going to say in my mind that LTH's B-holds have been perfect. And to be honest, in that round, I think he did more than enough getting 2. But maybe I think we did see behind deck swing in a little bit too overzealously from short. I don't think he had to really do that because the bomb wasn't even down yet. But that was a 5-on-3 that COALESCE recovered from. So they're still showing, even when they're down and out, that they've got the firepower to boot to stay in the lead and stay competitive.
I think that's just them showing their experience there. Maybe able to slow that round down, keep it nice and under their control. Archer A is going for a little bit of an aggression here. He will be taken down, and we're talking about his game and him finding a little bit of momentum, but he's still on 6 kills, and after that round, can he pick it back up? I'm not sure.
I'll have to see, because he's going to have to sit this one out and watch his teammates hopefully try and recover this one. Flicky's AWP still being a pain, despite being a little bit more quieter on the T side. Of course, it's a bit more difficult to find a bit as an impact on the T side as an AWPer, but the fact he's still getting kills is good enough for me and good enough for COALESCE. After that pick, they have decided to cut noise, which I think is quite a smart call here. Leave Glitchtech guessing.
Yeah, in the 5 versus 4, Flicky has been taken down really low, courtesy of that first fight, but you know, the big green doesn't really need much HP to get that one working. Looks like the A execute is on the board for COALESCE. Keep this one nice and simple, just a straight rush into the bomb site. We have got that flank of Onda. Maybe just a little bit of a fake, draw a few players back. Looks like behind X might have taken the bait there, but Salamanca, he's going to get aggressive towards Palace, taking down Abyss. And here we go into the bomb site. Johnny Zero showing us what he's doing with that. Oh, massive stuff from him. Flicky goes down, and Salamanca, run down, drive-by from them. But LTH, the last man standing. He's been having a decent game so far. I believe he could do this.
Yeah, LTH has to be the hero, the captain for Glitchtech. It's a 2v1 as COALESCE look to double up here towards CT. This AWP reload will be heard, I believe. But will they expect under here as well? Full belt of Utah on both of these players, but just to keep the sneaky surprise in play, they're not going to be using it posted onto the angle as well. Focus will take down LTH. And despite it looking like a strong start to that defense with Johnny besting Flicky there, that's why I mentioned we keep prefacing it because it's the most important part of this COALESCE side. They've got the firepower, they've got the aim, the technical ability behind them to just break open rounds out of pure thin air. And just like that, despite this comeback that has been so good for Glitchtech, COALESCE with that big lead into the first, taking it into the second half. They're on series points.
I just think Flicky aim's good, man. He's been hitting some nasty shots this entire game. Like, he had a little bit of a slow start towards this half, but as they've been getting these rounds under their boots, he's been showing us what he's capable of yet again. Abyss, he caught Salamanca off guard there. No way he knew he was up connector. LTH brings one back with the MP7, but behind X looking the wrong way.
This timing could be nastier for Archer, who's been having a quiet game, but that's some good coverage from behind X, making sure to cover his teammates back there. So Glitchtech still remain in this game. 4 versus 3. Coalesce looks to hit this B site and end it here and end it now.
Why change something that's been working so far? Coalesce coming towards the B bomb site. LTH has nothing to work with, just the MP7, half HP. But Behind X is here, trying his best to keep them out. LTH will be taken off that angle. Bomb has been dropped in the bomb site, so that will have to be recovered. They've got plenty of utility to keep them off the angle. We've got this long flank from Johnny Zero. I don't think they're going to be aware of this.
Yeah, this flank is going to be well timed as the bomb. They're just being punched in here for Coalesce. They're looking to end this one right here and right now. Flicky going to be diving back down into the site. Johnny Zera still on this timing, yet unheard, yet unknown, yet unseen. But now he strikes. Flicky none the wiser. It's a 2-on-1. It's going to be on the captain for Coalesce Fizzy to end the series now. That's a lovely headshot to open up into this 1v1 up against Johnny. But this series is not yet done. A lovely kill from Johnny, making it number 20 for him. Glitchtech move up to 11, and we stay alive in this match.
Has been Behind X and Johnny Zera kicking and screaming their way through this game, trying their best to get it over the line. And they're fighting for their life here at Epic Land, because the one who goes out of this tournament is completely out. They are gone, and they haven't got anything left to do. So they want to fight for that third map, take this one to Anubis, and maybe even win the series. But they need to win this one last round before we get into overtime.
Yeah, there's still a long way to go for them. They have to come across this hurdle, which is this final round of regulation. These rounds have been coming down to such thin margins. You see Archer there relegating himself to the MP9, but maybe for him playing up close with a bit of a gimmicky gun. And how buff it is, to be fair. This could be his way back into this game and helping his team, taking it to OT. Coalesce, though. Slow start. Yeah, they can end this now.
And they're trying to go for this mid control yet again. They've been loving this so far. On the first one to go out, the entry, been showing his worth this game. 6 on 11 kills, so maybe not as prevalent as he was on Ancient, but he's been trying his best to get through. He's been cracking through these bomb sites now and again. Johnny Zera is going to be posted up. This might be a 1v1 duel between Johnny Zera and Flicky, but he decides to come off of the angle. Gonna just about miss each other. This is Coalesce looking towards an A pop right now. We've got 2 players on mid. A little bit of a pinch. Might be coming forward. Fizzy.
Yeah. Go ahead. Fizzy is towards connector. And yeah, as you mentioned, they're going to be hitting A.
Yeah, look at the utility though. Only on Focus and Flicky. They're going to be the ones throwing this. Really want Flicky out, taking those aggressive peaks, but here we go, Archer Ace. He's been struggling this game. If he can just find 1, maybe even 2, he could bring this one back for Glitchtech. But this MP9, it's the right gun for the job, that's for sure. Flash is going to come through, utility's coming through. He finds 1, they're caught off guard, finds 2. And this is amazing stuff from Archer Ace, finding his worth. And here he goes. And that's actually a good flash. Archer Ace was set up perfectly there.
A nice little shout of nice that I heard from the LAN hole. Glitchtech happy to recover an Archer Ace. I did say it's never too late to come alive in the server. The MP9, the perfect gun for a round like that. Coalesce playing it a little bit too slow, I'd say. We're used to their explosive nature and just being up in the faces of Glitchtech. I think they got a little nervy coming into this final round. Played it a bit too last second. Glitchtech well prepared for that. And I think this is a well-deserved overtime for them.
That's definitely got to be some confidence for Archer Ace. A little 3k there for him. He's going to be feeling that one. And if he gets back into this game, Glitchtech, that might just be the answer for them.
Yes, indeed. But the scores have been reset. The money has been reset. It's all fresh slate from here on out. Coalesce, Glitchtech, new mindsets coming into this overtime. That's how long this could go on for. This game has been very 50-50 as of yet.
Walkout from Coalesce. They're going into an empty A bomb site right now, playing for the retake. Our Glitchtech got focus on the flank. He's going to be stomping through mid, so surely they've heard him at this point. A little bit of a spray for the smoke. We'll get a little bit of chip damage onto Archer Ace. Labored spray eventually gets it over the line, but Glitchtech looking to take this one back.
Indeed, Ondo trying to swing in there to CT to save his life, but all he meets is Johnny's orb there. 5 versus 2, 5 versus 1. Now Focus, he was the mid lurk. Activating a bit too late, I'd say. And I think it's a bit too late for him as the stick will come on in. Trying to get the line up. He does nearly. Only good for 2. But Glitchtech get the defuse. And this CT side is starting off strong.
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of hope there for the 1v5 somehow, but he had a Molotov on his back, but he was traded there instantly.
In another world, maybe we would have gotten a 1v5
I mean,
there.
he had a Molotov. The bomb wasn't planted for him, but we've seen plenty of players spam through that wall for that kill.
Just too many players, sadly. I think the second he goes to throw the molly, the second he goes for that spam, he gets swung in from a different angle. But as I said, maybe in another world, we would have been screaming about a 1v5.
But Glitchtech just showing us the caliber of their team play right now. That retake was almost perfect. And getting into this round, they're starting to show what they're worth. They've got the first round of this overtime. COALESCE starting to crack under the pressure.
Yeah, the T-sides for both of these teams have been considerably weak here on Mirage. To show that they've been putting extra efforts onto the CT side. As Under does get the opener, Johnny's there a double before he falls. It's finally a 3-on-3 numbers equalized here. As Behind X being a pain once again towards short. How can he take this fight to his advantage here and get the timing that he needs? There's first had trigger discipline for the second one as he gets the double spray down. Archer activates from behind. They have yet to really take the fight to Behind X on short as he again strikes. Glitchtech continuing the streak of rounds 14-12. They're looking to take match point here.
Yeah, and Glitchtech, they've been a thorn in the side of COALESCE's foot right now. That backstab from Behind X was perfect. Caught them off guard. It was looking good for COALESCE. They brought it into a 3-on-3. The kills were coming back and forth, but that backstab just caught them off guard. There was no way they could have done anything against that. Look at this fast play out of mid for COALESCE. They're done with this. They want to take this last round, and they want to do it their way. And they're going to try, but Behind X is here to take Fizzy. Flicky off the angle. Nice one. That was so close to getting off the board, but he does find it. Sprays messy from Ondo. He's got plenty of utility to try and flush that out, but he will fall back into the 4 versus 4. Ondo, was it 3 points of health? He's going to struggle into this one.
Indeed he is. I mean, it's equal numbers, but as you mentioned, heavily tagged on the side of COALESCE here. Left wounded after that brawl in middle. LTH continues to be a fine Bianchi here, gathering the info. One player lurking around in the apartments, but it's going to be the strike from Connector that Glitchtech are going to have to contest.
I'm just getting aggressive. Got a lot of control towards A. Doesn't know about these 2 players towards CT, but this might be the A plant. Yeah, it's going to go down. It's going to be heard, communicated towards Glitchtech. LTH just looking for that flank. He's going to get his way eventually, but they're starting to push their way towards mid, keep this control. That bomb is planted in a perfect position. Flicky finds the first onto Archer Ace. They've got a lot of utility to take this one back. That smoke's going to go down, block their vision. If someone can get on this, it could be a case, but 3 AKs spamming all towards the smoke is not going to be easy. That's for sure.
Yeah, with bomb being planted front triple, you got all the players towards jungle, all the players towards Connector, but here comes the stick. LTH looking to stick. There's no one to contest it, and that's a beautiful retake from Glitchtech. This is not the COALESCE that we know and love. We've yet to really see it on Mirage, and now Glitchtech, they're in the hot seat now. They're the ones that are looking to take it to Anubis with all the momentum behind them.
Yeah, but the pressure as well, we've seen them crack time and time again, and it's time for COALESCE to bring what they had on the CT side. Before we got into overtime, they were showing what they were worth. The CT side was good, went 9-3, and I'm excited to see if they can bring this back, but at the same time, Glitchtech...
Oh my word, you see that? 3 AWPs!
What?
At this point, with what's been going on, you might as well try a Hail Mary.
Yeah, this is a Hail Mary if I've ever seen one. 3 AWPs on the CT side. We're trying to debate who the AWPer was on COALESCE, and all of them, apparently.
Everyone's going to be able to pick up the big green, clearly, as Fizzy, the IGL, who's definitely, I don't remember the last time I've seen him pick it up. He's taking it towards apartments. Flicky and Fizzy and Focus, of course, Focus, who can pick it up as well if need be. This is definitely going to be a surprise when one AWP shot rings out from one side of the map, then another, and then another. It's going to be a surprise for Glitchtech.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a tough one for Glitchtech to take if they're not careful, but this utility, it can catch off those AWPs nice and easily. Flicky is going to be here, but Johnny Zero actually does manage to get the first onto Focus. He actually got the leg, so Focus did hit the shot, but just not able to get that final kill.
That's 1 AWP taken down out of the last 2. Glitchtech, they're in the prime position here, in the hot seat. They can smell victory here.
Fight's going to come through. Behind X doesn't want to give up anything too early, but Honda's playing this one very passively. Nate's not going to do anything. Archer's just throwing a little bit of utility out, trying to catch him off guard. Looks like Flicky's going to get that orb. Does get it onto Archer Ace, bringing it back. Doing his best. Is he aware? He is now. But Salamanca's going to get that kill. Flicky is out of the round into the 4 versus 3. We have got Onda on the bomb site, just fighting for his life right now. The orb not able to find anything.
Team kill from Johnny! Not like this glitch check, as at least Johnny capitalizes onto Abyss. It's a 3-on-2. Under still alive here from under balcony. It's on Fizzy's orb, who's not too wise with this gun, as glitch tech complete the comeback of the century here at Epicland to take it to Anubis. And I think the one thing I prefaced about the emotional side of this Coalesce side is that it is a double-edged sword. Once they're firing and once they're feeling it, they're unstoppable. But once that tank starts to dip and they start to dip in performance, we see this, a capitulated side, a side that we didn't really see come alive on the second half there on Mirage. And it's going to be a tough one, I think, going into Anubis.
And that's such an exciting game from Glitch Tech. We were talking about the comebacks earlier, and they were proving to us that here at Epicland, they are happening all the way down from a 9-3 half, bringing it back 16-12. That's insane from Glitch Tech, showing us why they are here. The 5th seed, they're showing their worth right now.
Indeed they are, and sadly for Flicky, his moments aren't going to really matter. I believe he ended the game with 27-28 kills, but at the end of the day, he can only do so much on his own. Everybody on Glitch Tech rallied behind each other to make that comeback happen, and again, I preface it, they needed to do that together. If not, we would be looking at a Glitch Tech side bowing out of Epicland. But now, I'm a bit tossed up in the air. I don't know who can win this Anubis. I had all of that feeling from Ancient. With that momentum, COALESCE are going to be winning this no problem. But look at this now. This is throwing a spanner in the works.
Yeah, and Glitch Tech, they really want to make us believe in them, believe that they can win this series. Anubis is going to be such a crazy map for both sides. It's going to be knifing for that side. And, you know, it could go either way.
Indeed it can. And the fact that they came back from as much as they did as well, I think it is going to give them a deeper feeling of bonding, a deeper feeling of like, we can really do this and rally together and make this happen, because we don't really see comebacks like that though. In that style, in that fashion, after being so down and out and so dejected, to see that feeling of them all rally together and make that comeback happen, it's quite special. And I feel like this Anubis is going to be one that nobody wants to miss.
And I think that's probably one of the best comebacks we've had this entire Epic LAN, all the way down from 9-3. You know, a few rounds here and there for COALESCE, but just not able to get it over the line. I'm really excited for Anubis. I think this is going to be the closest game we've had so far.
I hope it will be, and I know you guys at home will be thinking the same thing. Go take a break, go grab a snack, a drink, because this is going to be one hell of a final map here in the lower quarterfinals. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, Overclockers!
Advantage, you have to buy this.
This is so weird. Wait.
Click.
What the?
Wait, that's crazy.
It shouldn't be possible now. Like,
Oh my god. I like this.
It's really good. This is really, really good. Oh, it's super fast. Oh, this is good, bro.
wow. Release the mouth. I miss the click feeling already.
Oh, it's so light.
This is interesting.
Oh my god. It's just a linear
Wow.
fiction.
I was telling my teammates, like, you guys need to buy this now.
cutting edge, lead it, baby. Let's innovate, let me lead the way. You prototype, let's get into things. Let's innovate, I lead the way. Girl, your body classy, turn heads and causing traffic, you a baddie. Yeah, girl, you body bag 'em, kill it. Imagine we get active, let's get active. Fresh off the block, shawty. Well, love's a Glock 40. Let me spend this time on you. Wanna get to know the mind of you. Where you going? Where you been at? Is that too far? It's been a minute. Let me make a plan for us. You been laying low, low, low. Swoop you out your shell. Let me break your mold. Let's keep it low. Let's take it slow. Let's keep it low. You cutting edge, bleed it, baby. Let's innovate, let me lead the way. You prototype, let's get into things. Let's innovate, I lead the way. Love the way I'm feeling when I'm with you. Turn around, let the sun catch up, I'm tripping. I keep it steady, long as I'm with you. But you caught a feeling, what you gon' do? Where you going? Where you been at? Is that too far? It's been a minute. Let me make a plan for us. You been laying low, low, low. Let's take it slow, baby, let me know. You cutting edge, bleed it, baby. Let's innovate, let me lead the way. You prototype, let's get into things. Let's innovate, I lead the way.
competitive advantage. You have to buy this.
This is so weird. Wait. I click. Oh my god, what the?
Well, that's crazy.
It shouldn't be possible now. Like,
Oh my god.
Okay.
This actually is crazy. I'm done. And I like it.
It's really good. This is really, really good. Oh, it's super fast. Oh, this is good, bro.
wow. Release the melt. I miss the click feeling already.
Oh, it's so light.
This is interesting.
Oh my god. It's just a linear
Wow.
fiction.
I was telling my teammates, like, you guys need to buy this now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to EPIC47. We've had an epic 2 matches so far between Glitchtech and COALESCE. That map of Mirage it looked good for COALESCE in the first half, but Glitchtech, that comeback was insane.
I think you couldn't have put it in a better way. That was an epic comeback. Of course, under the name of this wonderful place, that game was definitely brilliant, and I'm sure everyone at home enjoyed that. Glitchtech, I did not know where that come from. That came almost out of thin air. I would thought they were out for the count, and it was going to be done in 2. But that comeback was definitely something that spurred a bit of inspiration into me. I almost feel like I could believe in them as it slowly crept up to the scoreline. And despite a couple of bit of upsets there with the pistols from COALESCE, which we know they're capable of doing some upset rounds, they still held firm. Everybody played their part. Archerace, a great recovery. Even though his score doesn't look too pretty, he had a nice and powerful couple rounds towards the end, and it all culminated in a nice victory that sees us go to Anubis. We all love a best of 3 going the entire way through, don't we?
Yeah, Anubis, it's had a few changes, and I'm curious to see what they do with this new window down mid. It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure, between COALESCE and Glitchtech. It's going to be a knife round to get this one underway, but before we do that, I just want to talk about our sponsors. We have Logitech, Overclockers, and XP Eyewear sponsoring this event. Logitech sponsoring the CS2 event individually, and with the XP Eyewear, you wear glasses. They must be good for you.
I mean, I probably need some glasses for gaming because I spend a bit too much time in front of a monitor. I'm not going to disclose how much time. Let's just say it's a bit too much time. But yes, I do. Everybody that's sponsoring this event is doing some great work. And for the MVP, of course, it's the Super Strike that we keep mentioning so much. Might as well give it to Flicky. I mean, if he makes it the final, he's been the standout MVP. We don't really care if he lost that second map. He was the man, the guy for COALESCE.
Oh, absolutely. Hitting, 27, 28 kills in that second map of Mirage.
Ridiculous.
He was kicking and streaming his way through that map, but Glitchtech, they managed to get across the line. The AWP on the other side, they managed to shut him down.
They did, and I did start talking about it during the end of map 2 and in the middle of it. COALESCE very much a side of momentum. If they start to fall off, we see that fall off just as if they were to fall off a cliff. I mean, it was a bit sad to see the fall off. We saw players like Under just kind of swinging on in a bit haphazardly, a bit lazily, giving away your life free early. Going down to low HP early makes it a little bit more difficult for Fizzy to call around pretty much one of your star players, one of your players that can get kills. from out of nothing. So I would like to see them go back to zero, back to reset. I hope they had some time outside just to get a bit of fresh air, get out of the stuffy place, to just talk about how the fact we're seed 3, guys. We know that we can play at a level unbeknownst to us. I mean, up against former TLR, we made it such a close series. This was at the TLR Invitational a while back. They made that go to 3 or 4 overtimes against the best team in the UK. So we know we can compete against the best teams. We just need to be able to do that consistently. And I feel like that word consistency is not just a problem for them, but for most teams.
Yeah, a Glitchtech. That's something they've struggled with throughout this entire game. Obviously, the first map, we want to go back to Ancient.
Yes.
That was a rough one for Glitchtech. Coalesce managed to get that one across the board. Glitchtech just lost in that second half. And we really have to see what they can do on Anubis, which can be typically T-sided.
Yes, I still think, and I still stand on the fact that it is T-sided. I think, of course, the CTs have a little bit more room to navigate, of course, with the crack in the wall. But I feel like this is where we're going to see the riflers going to town. But first, forget about the rifles. I'm trying to see some stab action, the knife round, to decide who will be starting on which side. I would be, if I was on the server right now, I'd be wanting to win this, start on the T side, get off to a nice comfy flow, and then switch over to the defense.
Absolutely. Getting into this game right now. Look at this, a nice
Here we go.
down mid. Everyone's just staring at each other.
Man to man. Who's going to come out on top? It's the Italians. Who would have thought that?
They're going to get the half they want. I'm curious to see which side they do end up starting on.
We'll see if I look like a fool and they just switch over to the CT side.
You know, get the harder half out of the way.
Yeah, there's no wrong play here, to be fair. But yeah, I think people like Under, people like Focus, the likes of Behind X. These are going to be the main men here on the server. And oh yeah, they will be starting on the T side, so I remain right.
Yeah. Right all along. And Johnny Zera, we saw him in that map of Mirage. He was popping off. He was shutting down Flicky every step of the way towards the end. But here we go into the first round of the final map of this series. Whoever loses this goes out, and they are out of Epic Land. So they want to stay alive in this, possibly taking it all the way. Taking this one nice and slow. Abyss has got those Julies in his hands. The raid boss, as it were.
Take a little bit of pressure towards the A side. Nation's being so easy to go back over to the other side. They're going to run through the water, through the river, and come over to the B side, and they're going to get a lovely pick glitch check onto Flicky. Shut out from the bomb site, or Coalesce. This is going to be a tough retake, but Under diving on down with that pair of dualies. Will lose his life to LTH. Trade his teammate's life. Still in a man advantage here, Glitchtech.
They're coming into the bomb site as fast as they can. Those dualies doing their work. This is the reason why we're given to Abyss. That raid boss is doing its work. He's going to accelerate towards Connector, getting the first 2 kills. Nice 2 for him. Salamanca will go down, and that's Coalesce taking the first. Absolutely insane from them. Not taking the foot off the gas whatsoever.
Shoulder to shoulder, 2 players in E-Box, and you don't kill a run and gun dualies. I mean, with the Glock at close range, I feel like it's one of the most powerful pistols on a pistol round. I mean, compared to how it was in CSGO and CS2, it's just a bit of a nuisance sometimes. The fact they don't get a Soul Man of Abyss, it's just a 2-gun buff, clearly, but that's a nice round from Coalesce. They're looking to get off their pick. Well, not their pick, but their float, I should say, because this is a map that they were comfortable back before this was removed in the map pool. So it coming back is definitely a bit of a wild card for them. So we'll see if it does still favor them.
Yeah, you a dualies guy?
I do enjoy the dualies. I don't really buy them ever, though, because I'm not that good.
Teammates dropping for you. Raid boss.
I don't think they believe in me.
Well, teammates obviously believed in Abyss. He got that, and you know, he was definitely the star of that round in particular. We have the M4s out for Coalesce, but look at this buy on Glitchtech. This is equally as dangerous.
Bomb going down, of course, you can't give this one a go. So Coalesce needs to stay level-headed here, and Fizzy rocking the shotgun towards that A side. So we'll see if he sees any action. But of course, with this crack in the wall, we get to see new things like this. Behind X able to get boosted up here, full mid all clear. But kind of how we saw in Mirage, Coalesce happy to give up the middle portion of the map, hunker down onto the bomb sites, and just be a nuisance as they make their way on in. But still, Glitchtech playing contact, not making any sound whatsoever. This is going to be a big surprise for Coalesce.
This pinch from the side of Glitchtech. Here they are, focused. Just managed to find that first. The shotgun not able to crack anything off. But Johnny Zero on that scout, able to find one back into the 3 versus 3, keeping this one nice and even for everyone. I think Blicky might be hurt on that rotate. He was very loud.
Smoke blown open by Johnny Zera. We'll get that pick as Flicky now looks to fight 2 men. As now he gets that double spray down. LTH a little bit too late on that trade attempt. But will be Johnny versus Abyss. Johnny continuing that form from Mirage.
No kit.
Can he close this?
He has no kit on the side of the Abyss. He has to take this Angel straight up. Johnny Zera's making a lot of noise. Abyss is going to try and track him, but he's running out of time. He's got no kit.
Johnny playing the mind games to absolute perfection. No time left. Glitchtech recovered that round. And I hate to be the one to point fingers, but Fizzy with that shotgun towards Spain, he needed to get that kill. It left Focus in such an uncomfortable position. The fact he gets 2 really should have been the round done if Fizzy gets the kill, but sadly he does not. That site blows wide open, and Johnny, who's clearly on a high right now, wins that round beautifully.
And that was probably the best position for that shotgun that there could have been. Towards a main, close angles, caught off guard at least, but just those shots weren't coming off of him. And look at this, a Nova is out for Focus.
I'm not a Nova enjoyer personally. I don't
like
see
either.
I do not see the its purpose, but maybe in the right hands, the hands of Focus, do better work than we could ever do.
Just look at that, like little techie bits of utility like that. Using that window, it's full entry. That Molotov went straight through. A Molotov that you couldn't do that quickly before. I'm excited to see what this window has in play for us this game. We've obviously seen a few boosts already. Take full advantage of that. A little bit of utility coming out for the side of Abyss, keeping them away. Glitchtech keeping this one nice and slowly. Don't want to give up anything too early on in this round. Look at the utility. They've got a smoke and a nade on Johnny Zera. This is going to have to be something quick.
Yeah, it's going to be a dry hit onto either one of these bomb sites with behind decks just tapping away, just making it a bit of a distraction. But it does look like with the way they're crowded over towards the B side, there's going to be a lot of work on Abyss. He's going to try and take himself into a passive angle to at least get 1 or 2 and stay alive for as long as he can.
Here we go. That bomb's going to go down. Archer Ace is the one to get it down. Slowly making his way into the bomb site, trying to get a pick before his teammates join him on the bomb site. I think he's just about spotted behind X, but doesn't want to start spamming just in case it gives up his position. The flashbang is perfect for Archer Ace as he does eventually get the kill. Abyss is also here, trying to wait his way into the bomb site. That shotgun doing its work. The Nova said you didn't believe. Here it is, and that's really why you don't believe.
That's why we don't believe. I think he was going for the snipe on the player in pizza, and that was only going to end one way. Glitchtech, they convert 2 in a row. It's an honorable attempt, but I feel like Abyss was kept out of the round for so long, especially in the position he was in. Bomb going down uncontested. He's kind of in a lull for around 20, 30 seconds. Oh, 15, 20, I should say, as his teammates are making the rotations up. But with the weaker buy they were bringing to that one, it was always going to be a tough case for them. Remember, I think Anubis is still quite T-sided, so Glitchtech will be on the forefront here on this side of the map.
Yeah, Abyss was just left in a really awful position there. He did his best trying to get into the bomb site, but shut down immediately. Got a sprinkling of utility here. A smoke on Focus, a few deagles, 5-7. This is going to go for the straight up fire. Nice deagle shot, and able to be traded instantly by Glitchtech. But either way, that was a nice deagle shot. Focus going to get that down that smoke. Deny any access into a main. Johnny Zera, he's looking crispy this round.
He is. He's definitely coming alive. Not needing the AWP, of course, on Anubis. He swapped it over for the rifle. It's in fine form. I definitely am hearing, I think, an NS being typed in chat towards towards Flicky there. But that nice shot, of course. So
Deserved.
it's a nice bit of a camaraderie. You know, we do love the sportsmanship. We do love the type NS. I'm not the type of person to do that. I'd probably tilt, but it was indeed a nice shot onto behind X. Who's do a slower start that we're used to. He's 0-4, but again, it's still early doors in this game. Up against the Pistols. It really should just be Glitchtech moving on to 3. But will we get the Zeus scale? Yes, we will.
Ooh.
That puts a smile on my face, but it's a 5-7 from Focus to get the triple. How on earth, COALESCE, are you getting away with that?
Where did that come from? What? The 5-7?
That's what I said. You put the 5-7 in the right hands in the right position, and it can do that. Headshot from close range. That's why I said it's one of the most broken pistols in the game in its current state. Focus pulling out something from that hat. I do not know how he pulled it off, but if there's going to be anybody, it's going to be him.
Flicky with the first Zeus kill. Absolutely decimates him. That the 5-7, 3 headshots to get it over the line. LTH the last one going, and that was insane.
Unbelievable. And that's
We were just chatting away.
we were just trying to wait, thinking it was just going to be a couple of eco kills, maybe a Zeus kill just to lighten the mood, but no. This is why we say we can never forget about the bloody pistols.
You can never count out COALESCE to bring out a crazy round like that. We've seen a few this tournament, a few clutches, but COALESCE, they've got Glitch Tech on the back burner now. They have Tech 9s, they have a Deagle. Got that one hero AK-47 on Johnny Zera. Let's see what he can do with it.
Indeed. And I feel like this is what happens with both sides. We see them start building up a bit of confidence. We see them take their foot off the gas a little bit, kind of just going a bit into cruise control. Oh, we're up against pistol. Just wide swing one at a time. Don't take the necessary protocols to properly clear everything out. One flashbang and that entire setup is done. I don't think Focus gets a single kill, but hey, we were just going to get the kills, but no. That's why they need to take the extra steps always. It doesn't matter if you're up against an eco. How you mentioned, you can work with absolutely anything in this game, and that's the wonderful thing about it.
Yeah, I think Glitch Tech were feeling a little bit overconfident in that round. Not, as you said, not taking the right precautions to clear that angle out. You know, that's the sort of small little plays that bring a round like that to fruition.
They do, and of course on the CT side, they need as many rounds as they can get, and I feel like that's going to definitely be a high moment. I definitely heard a couple of screams, and I'm sure Glitch Tech, face in hands, it's definitely a moment that they're going to have to wipe from their memory, because if so, it's going to be the beginning of their downfall. I mean, look at the guns they're bringing in. Johnny's there on that Hero AK. Surprisingly, it's the AWPer that's bringing out the Hero AK with the performance he's putting in. It makes sense, but let's see if he can do it all on his lonesome.
And look at behind deck, 0 kills. I know it's early on, but he's not been hitting the highs he was in the last few games, so he's going to have to really step up his game if they want to bring this one across the line. As well as LTH, he's only got 1 kill. I don't want to like block anyone out too early on.
Of course.
But you know, it's been a slow start, and I want to see them gain a bit of momentum coming into this 5th round.
I mean, especially with behind X and LTH, they were definitely at the top of the leaderboards on Mirage. They were helping the team get across the line in that one. So to see them start off a little bit slower on this one, it is a bit sad to see. But again, so we're kind of with Archer Ace, even though he was getting that many kills towards the end of the game, he was getting impact frags, and that's what matters at this stage.
Hindex in a prime position. Under could easily miss this angle if he's not careful, but like it's going to be a mid push from Glitch Tech. Look, they're going completely under the radar. Blicky is aware of it. What off guard. What a shot from Salamanca. And Under doesn't check the angle, but manages to get the shots off anyway. Flashbang's going to come out, get them off the angle. Doesn't actually catch anyone, but Fierce doing his best to keep this one under his shoulders. And, that was just a bit messy from Archer Ace. He had a chance to get that kill, but Under with a nice flick rounds. Salamanca, he's feeling good.
He is. I mean, that's the second in the round. It's still 2 rifles now. The lone rifle of Salamanca, despite getting that nice headshot and the double. COALESCE hold on, and that was a bit of a scary round. I mean, they had the timing through middle. Blicky getting absolutely domed by the Deagle. Huge crucial kill from Under. If he doesn't get that kill to the player close con, maybe would have seen that site capitulate, but they hold on firm.
Yeah, that's just a bit messy from Archer Ace. You know, you're saying those little things do domino effect into a round, and he missed that shot onto Under. A nice 180 from him to end his life. And that's going to be Glitch Tech without any money. Are they forcing into this? I see Salamanca with a Galil.
We do see him with a Galil. We'll see if he refunds that, but around the world we're seeing a couple of Eagles, pistols. COALESCE, they could double the score here. Get 4-2, but it's been a close start, I'd say. I think this is the type of start we would have expected. I think both sides a little bit nervy off the start line. Obviously, with this being the final map of the series, any mistake, as you said, can domino effect into them losing and being out of Epic Land. So I think we were seeing a little bit more of a cautionary side from both. But I think as the game develops, we'll see them start to come to their own, and we'll see the true nature of both of their sides.
Yeah, but I mean, COALESCE, they've got their foot on the gas right now, keeping that momentum in their favor. Glitch Tech, they are trying their best to break it, but dropping that 5-7 round, that might have been the nail in the coffin for them.
Now, that could be the catalyst that they need to get back alive. I mean, we didn't really hear a lot from the COALESCE side. Of course, they're quite far away with the music that's playing in the LAN hall. It's a bit difficult to hear their emotions, but in that round specifically, I outheard them over everything else. So maybe that's the energy boost that they needed to at least feel alive and feel that they can have a chance in this game. And of course, as the higher seed, albeit by 2, they're still one of the favorites to make a nice deep run. And the fact that they're even down here, maybe that leaves them a little bit with low morale. But again, they got to take it a game at a time. I think they themselves know they're better individuals. They're better as a team. You got to play like it. If not, Glitchtech, they will capitalize that.
Yeah, and just getting straight into this round. We've got that Galil, the hero Galil on Salamanca. I do like to see it, because it actually does give them a chance into this round. I mean, as far as I've been watching Counter-Strike, we've always been seeing the AK, the hero AK come out.
Of course.
And it's been doing work as far as time goes back for Counter-Strike. But Dicky's got his signature AWP out yet again. I'm curious to see what he can do with it throughout this game. Poker's going to be caught off guard, smoke in the hands. Gonna get a few shots, but it takes a lot of damage. But this is just messy from Glitchtech. Not really much they can do here. 20-0 is going to try to go for the kill, but it's nice and clean for COALESCE, keeping that money in check.
The reason why we don't call it the hero Galil, and that was the prime example for that. Salamanca is just going to have to relegate himself to the MAC 10, but maybe that was all part of the plan. He's going to be the spearhead into this next round. But confidence is flowing, I think, for COALESCE. Abyss 10-2. Focus 8-2. That A side is looking impenetrable at this moment in time. Under is getting in the kill feed as well. And most importantly, for Glitchtech, we've yet to see main man behind X record a single kill yet. And he's been up at the leaderboard for Glitchtech in both first two maps. So he's got to start getting active right here and right now.
And this is really what we expect from COALESCE. They've got the tenure to take this one across the board. Glitchtech, a good team, but going up the likes of COALESCE, this is a high caliber team, and they're really going to have to build up that momentum, try and get themselves back into this game. Just take this T side. Oh, this is going to come through for behind X. It's his first round of this.
First many onto the captain of COALESCE, Fizzy.
Oh, spots him out. Spots Flicky out. Wonder if he's going to react to that. He's going to push mid himself. But just want to slow this one down. Don't want to give off any more picks. Double up towards connector. Abyss and Ondo are here. I think he's going to start rotating back.
Ooh, I'm going to be in his favor as just now as he leaves. Glitchtech pop their heads through into middle, and there's a huge gap here. Rotations come on in. I think this is going to be a gamble for the B side. Focus looking like he was going to gear off and go over to his peers, but sadly he's going to be left on alone. The quick switch is not the best timing, and maybe a bit of fortune is what Glitchtech need. You got to present yourself and be in the right spots to get lucky, and they do just that.
That bomb's going to go down. They're going to shut COALESCE out of this round. No chance for them, really. They're going to try and get away with these M4s. Ondo might be able to pick up that AK-47, but he's going to play it safe.
He's going to play it safe. I mean, they could have popped out through main as he tries to retreat and pick up that gun, so fair to keep the M4. He's looking comfortable on it anyways, and most importantly, Flicky's AWP will be carried over into the next. But clearly, mid is going to be a huge focal point once again for Glitchtech. Fizzy looking like he's going to be the main man standing over there. If he's having a weak performance individually, he might need to take off a couple of members of his team from either bomb site to help hold on to that, and that's where the gaps will start to present themselves.
Yeah, the gaps are starting to show. COALESCE, they've got to try and bring it back into the next round. Look at them. They've got enough money to buy into this round. Everyone got a good amount of money. Ondo's on 7k, so he'll probably drop over M4 to focus. Yeah, he does. And they've got a lot of money, courtesy of those 3 rounds they won to begin with.
No triple AWP.
No triple AWP. That's a shame.
I don't think they're desperate.
It's not really the right map for it.
No, it isn't. The AWP does kind of struggle here on Anubis. This is the rifle haven, of course. As you can see, T-side not really opting to buy into it. It does make sense. Flicky yet to really have the impact that we're so used to seeing him now after the first 2 maps. It's taken definitely a calmer start to the game. But that's to be expected, of course, on Anubis. You're on round number 8. Again, both sides starting off a little slow here.
Yeah, behind X did manage to get 2 kills in that last round. That might be the momentum and the confidence he needs to bring this one home. As he is here towards mid, might be the first point of contact for this fight. To back off and give this position up. Playing the close angle, doesn't want to get too aggressive.
Like a few tools, kind of hard to hold on to middle as is. I think it is just the right way, just to play a little bit more passive, hold the camera angle, and just call over the info. But gotta be careful not to leave it uncontested too many times, because Glitchtech will just completely start to rinse this part of the map and take it for their own.
As you're saying, the utility's not looking too hot for COALESCE. and it's just a case of them trying to draw out these frags, trying to get the kills under their belts. Nade is gonna clear the smoke towards connector. This is here. He's gonna be the first
We got
point.
spotted.
Yeah, he's definitely been spotted, but gets the first kill. Ondo is here, gets a nice crispy headshot. He's gonna try his best to get any more, but the trades are coming through, and Glitchtag actually get the man advantage. They might peek into Flicky, and they do. The mistake from Archer Ace, a bit too overzealous there, I think.
Yeah, a couple of overswings there from both sides. It does leave us on a 2-on-2, but this AWP retake for Flick is going to be quite difficult through the E-box.
Saw that.
How did he get that Flick? We don't know, but it's all left on Salamanca, a.k.a. Pata Jones, towards the Platts. Does he have this is the question. I mean, they're going to have to be clearing out every single angle to flush him out. While he's going to miss its market, but it doesn't matter because Focus, head on a swivel. Great shot from him. That's his 9th kill of the game. Coalesce, that's a lovely retake.
Sorry, Archer Ace, but that swing might have been the start of the end for this round. Got a bit too over-aggressive there. Gave the first one to Flicky. We don't know how he got that second flick.
Let's imagine it. Oh, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I'm sure it was. But he's the hero that dragged them through that round.
I was going to say, I think Fizzy nearly threw that away, diving on through the CT smoke to help out Under, but I think making amends is Flicky, but I thought it would have been. It is 0 kills, but hey, he's the captain. He gets the pass, all right. He gets the Carrigan pass. He doesn't need to get the kills. He's just there to order the troops.
The other day, he was popping off.
I think he was having a very, very fortunate day. I think we're seeing the normal Fizzy, which isn't a bad thing. Obviously, it would be nice to have a frag in IGL, like you were talking about. Of course, if we want to bring up other teams' control, we do have the likes of Godku, who put in a 30-bomb, 31-kill performance on Nuke. I was almost left like completely shocked. I'm like, what the hell is going on over here? But to be fair, Godku is one of those IGLs that can just put up numbers like he can. So Control is another team to keep an eye out. They're definitely up there in the running for making a good run.
Oh, yeah. What are you thinking about the running so far at EPIC47?
Well, I'm still locked in, as is many. TLR final. I think TLR will be making it to the final. I mean, now that they have a nice organization to represent them, they're putting in the work behind the scenes, and they've been winning many, many games coming into this event, and they're showing off that performance against the UK core of Epic Clan. But we'll have to see who meets them there. Could be one of these teams, potentially. Could be Aitsons, who did fall to the stack of Asylum Peakers, but that's a lovely opener from Salamanca. Under a bit too overzealous again. Soul peek into the main, finds himself losing his life, putting his team on the back foot.
There's a bit of aggression here towards A main. Look at this. Getting so aggressive. Focus is here, trying to take these fights straight up. Take that control away from the side of Glitchtech. But Arch Ace is here. He has been aware of this situation, but they're not going to give off anything too soon. They start to fall back. Maybe a little bit of a fake. They might want to try and make Glitchtech think they are still there.
Yeah, they do kind of have to gamble at this point. You lose your man so early on. It does just leave another part of the map heavily undefended, of course, due to a lack of a member. So that's where you can see them kind of shifting around the positions here and stacking over to a side that they think they're going to be hitting, as Fizzy finally gets his first kill in round number 9. But Glitchtech yet to really accelerate here when there was a nice timing presented to them. But it does look like they have decided on this A site.
That little techie thing from LTH, he faked the footstep. And now Coalesce, they think it's the wrong bomb site.
But you do still have Fizzy here. And if there's ever a round for the captain to stand tall and proud for Coalesce, it's now against the Pistols. Good for one and falls back into cover. That's good call from him, as Abyss in the back line is going to be looking to strike.
Yeah, they definitely have the man advantage going into this one. They've got kits across the board. Just Fizzy without one, but he's been having a good round so far. One of his best 3 kills. This is his first 3 kills of this entire game. He's popping up.
Go for the ace, Fizzy. Go for it. Oh, focus. You're booted.
I saw the F. And
I got so excited. I got so excited as well. But you forget there's 3 Fs that start for Coalesce. But either way, Fizzy, huge hold from him. That was ever around for the captain to come alive. Again, I preface it was that one. A huge, strong hold from him. Just staying alive, knowing when to take the fights and duck back into cover and playing off his teammates. It's a beautiful retake.
Yeah, that one singular round from Glitchtech. After these, Coalesce have these 5 rounds. Glitchtech managed to find 1. They weren't able to convert that into another round, get this momentum back in their favor, and that's left them with 4 Tech 9s, a Glock, and Archer A saving for that AWP.
Of course, that's not been the best. Fizzy don't want to get caught out again. Sun, as there goes a lovely little nade. Nice bit of damage. He knows he's got the man up, so he's just going to duck back into cover again, playing it to absolute perfection. Under closing the net around this stack of players as Focus Looks to be the sole player once again to be the strong anchor that we know he can be, as he's good for one, but at the same time, COALESCE just looking to get the bomb down, the fake, try and draw out some players. Johnny draws out two! Lovely 180 from him to get double. This round, something's coming from this, as behind X with the cover of the Tech 9 gets onto one. Flicky will still salvage this round, but what the hell was that from Johnny Zera?
Oh, it was such a close round, but Flicky just gets it across the board. We were talking about his heroics in the last few rounds, and that was looking so nasty from Johnny Zera on the site. The flick around to get the second kill. He's been looking sharp as hell.
I'm gonna need the sensitivity. That was a perfect 180 to readjust to the player on Heaven. That was beautiful. He can full, he can AWP. Who is this? Who are we watching? The next Simple.
Maybe. We never know.
Maybe I'm speaking a bit too ahead here.
No,
Italian Simple. Come on.
Oh, but look at this. Rifles across the board. Johnny Zera, he has the AWP. This is his gun, and he's now feeling nice and crispy after that round. I'm sure he's confident. But he's just going to play this one a little bit more passively under. That's the first kill of the round.
That's Salamanca, that duel towards me. Does get one back, so it's 1-1 over there on that side of the map. Logitech still 4 rounds away from at least 9. Well, you can't really tie it up on this half. The best they can do is 5, and they desperately need these last 2. Ray start a man down with 1:20 on the clock. Does leave LPH in a precarious position here. Where is the weakness?
The weakness is definitely towards the... Oh, actually, no, I was going to say the weakness. Both got 2 players towards A, 2 players towards B. That Molotov does get a little bit of chip damage towards behind X, but he does just about survive it. That nade does actually do quite a bit of damage. Makes him vulnerable to M4s.
Player stacking into the box here. At some point, there's going to be a swing
Good
here.
flash.
This manages to dodge the flash, and this is not what Glitchtech were expecting as they swing on into Connector. They do manage to recover, but Fizzy still left alive here, and they're not going to know about him. You just killed 2 players in Connector. Why would there be one more close by?
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be aware of his position. They have to dig deep if they want to clear this one out. He finds the first, and it's just down to Johnny Zera, who can't do anything. Into the 2 versus 1 clutch, but not able to get it across the line. And their money's in the bin. They're going to have to go for a few concessions here.
Yeah, at this point, I think COALESCE have got a number on Glitchtech again, but I feel like we've been in this position in Mirage. It's looking the same, isn't it? 8-3, win the final round, it's 9-3. Well, are we going to get a repeat? I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but COALESCE, again, are looking quite strong. Fizzy has called an absolute blinder once again on the CT side, positioning his troops in the right place at the right time nearly every single time. Glitchtech looking none the wiser, looking not like the same players that they look like on Mirage, but they need this final round.
And Fizzy, what, 2 rounds ago he had 0 kills, and he's already on 8. He's had a blinder of the last few rounds, keeping this one in check for COALESCE, and they're wanting to take this 9-3 half, make this one as dominant as it was on Mirage, but they don't want another repeat of that again.
Like they're not going to be repeating that. COALESCE already losing 2 members under an Abyss. 2-man setup towards A. We'll find a pick, and Fizzy continuing his strong form over on this side of the map. He needs to stay alive for as long as he can, but he's going to go for the swing. A very ballsy one at that. If he gets the pick, he looks like a genius, but sadly does lose his life. Now puts his teammates in a hard position to retake the site on the final round.
Yeah, he knew he had to do something there. They were going to crunch on his position, try and go for the kill. That flash, not quite on the mark, as Archer Ace does find it, and it's all down to Flicky. We like to talk good stuff about him, but this is a tough one to win.
You've got the player in main. He's going to stay alive. It's LTH on low HP. Full smoke out Connector, forced to swing on in. Johnny Zera ending the half on 15 kills. The AWP now Rifler for Glitchtech, being a good factor in the fact they got 4 rounds. It is a decent half, all things considered. I would guess at least you win the final one. You can now kind of use that now as a springboard into this pistol round. Glitchtech's pistols have been quite decent. I think if you're looking at the pistol tally for the series, it's been quite 50-50, albeit. So I think this is a true deciding round.
It's about those conversions as well. Win the pistol, but no, lose the conversion, you have nothing. So you know, they're going to keep this one nice and clean. We've got Johnny Zera on that P250, the raid boss yet again. You know, we've been seeing a few of them so far. B rush towards the B bomb site. Here we are behind X towards Connector. Going to be flushed out. They have to fall back, but some crispy headshots coming out. And you're talking about Glitchtech with their pistol rounds, and there you have it under check. Ondor's going to try and get a few shots off, bring this back to best he can, but it's just a case of holding on to the bomb site, getting these kills as LDH shuts it down.
Wow.
Wonder didn't stand a chance there.
Not a single soul for Coalesce stood a chance, and I was going to say they're going back to reliable Coalesce. Explosive site hits. They found an empty site, but they weren't able to hold on to it whatsoever. Behind Dex, a crucial factor in that. A lovely double piece from him. The two players swinging on into him. Well, it's a start.
Yeah.
It is a start.
They get the bomb down. Curious to see if they want to force into this one, keep the rounds coming. Yeah, Ondo into the Mac 10. I got a Tech 9 out as well. Few guns coming out. I don't think we're going to get a Galil out. Don't have the money for it.
We learned our lesson. Here, Galil. Might as well just do Tech 9s. Good as a rifle in my eye.
Yeah, we've definitely, throughout this entire series, that Tech 9 has been doing work.
It has, and so is the 5.7. We still remember that little focus clip towards main. I mean, the pistols. Having a lot of the highlights in this series in general, it seems, but it does look like Coalesce, of course, will be forcing into this one. Glitch Tech with that pistol round bite. Going all in on the rifles, not here to farm some money, playing it safe, which is the right call here, as you are on the back foot.
What a nice teammate, Archer Ace, dropping that M4 for his teammate, going down to the MP9. You know, he knows he's a new player. He wants to set up his teammates the best he can.
Did he drop it to Johnny?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you at this point? 17 kills. I mean, might as well just stay on the rifle, Johnny.
Yeah, they want to set Johnny up. Like, if there's any way to get through this game, it's on the back of Johnny. He's been having a fantastic game so far. 17 kills. Top fragging in the entire server. Trying to get Glitch Tech over the line here. But it's all four players towards... I say all four. Four players towards B. We have got Abyss on the backstab. Going to be looking for those rotates, but here we go, accelerating towards the bomb site. Archer Ace is here with that MP9. Will be taken down. I thought he has definitely got a kill there, but kills are going to start going back and forth now. Abyss is in a good position. Has been spotted out. Okay, he gets nothing. Salamanca is here. Gonna swing into his position. One by one. Does find... Oh, the flicky?
Alright, what the flicky? You're right, because how is he getting away with two? But the Tech 9 will force Sally to low HP, but Under, he's set up in a prime position here to clutch this round. We've not seen much of him. He's been a quiet factor.
Doesn't know where he is.
But it's all on behind X. He's going to be charging him down. Mac 10, will he be able to swing on in a bit too early? The angle presents itself to behind X. He's starting to come alive now for Glitch Tech, and that's a crucial piece of this puzzle.
That was way too close, so Coalesce got right down to the wire. Flicky with that heroic 2 Tech 9 kills, but it was not theirs to take. Glitch Tech 6 to 8 now. We've got a force buy coming out from Coalesce, and what else do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, you can understand why they are doing it. Of course, they're keeping on the pressure because the rounds are quite close. So, again, we'll be expecting the same explosive patterns that we've been seeing them present themselves with throughout this series. But I would like to see them to take a bit slow because I think Glitch Tech kind of got a number on that. So, see how Fizzy decides to set up the boys in this one.
Yeah, we don't really want to have it. Well, I'm sure Glitch Tech want to have a repeat of last game. They were on the back, but 9 to 3, and here they are on the CT side, dragging their way through this half. They're going to come through the smoke. Salamanca does find one single kill, bringing it into the 4 versus 4 here. Look at that. Straight onto the A bomb site. They're coming through the smoke. Glitch Tech don't want to let this one go. They want to fight them tooth and nail. Flicky jumping through the smoke.
Indeed, and everybody else does their part to hold on. What a beautiful execute from Coalesce. They keep on that pressure that I said they had to, because now you look at Glitch Tech. They've been forced to rebuy, and now look what they're left. Absolutely nothing in their pockets. Yeah. Coalesce, they can smell victory now after that one, and they did it in such a beautiful fashion. The lovely movement, the lovely mechanics on full display for us to see.
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but that 1900 loss bonus, that means that there is no buy for them in this one. They have to force into it. MP9s, 5.7s. They can't save for the M4s in the next. So that could be 10, 11 rounds for Coalesce if they can get this one across the line.
Can be looking at Coalesce getting a couple of rounds closer to 13. You're going to have to channel in some focus energy from the first half because the individuals need to step up massively. And oh my word, are my eyes deceiving me?
That's a negative.
He's buying that as a joke. He's not actually going to use it. When have you seen in Negev? Huh? I cannot remember the last time I've seen Negev.
I play 6K Premier Elo, so I've seen a lot of Negevs.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh my word, he's actually using it. Okay, if we can get an LTH round solely, that would be great. Thank you very much, because
I mean,
he's either going to look like a genius or not, but no, I don't even
Prove
think
us
he's going to
wrong.
get the fight
Come on,
because it
prove
will
us
just be
wrong.
Johnny. Sadly, again, throwing his life away, you have to say. I mean, with the barrage of util, again, it's deja vu. Running through the camera smoke comes Coalesce, and it's just a rinse and repeat from the previous glitch tech. Looking out and down for the count. And this Negev yet to see the light of day. Salamanca does pull one back, but I don't think we will be seeing the Negev in this one, sadly.
Look at the amount of damage that was taken as well. It was so close for Abyss and Focus just clinging on to life. And I think LTH regrets his purchase.
Yeah, you do, because you got to hold on to it into the next one. But hey, to be fair, if they do go to his side, he needs to choose his right position in the next round.
400 kills on it.
400 kills. He does bring this bad boy out a couple of times, clearly. I don't even have it in my loadout, so...
No, why would you?
I did have the M249 for a little bit. That's my troll gun, but I did put that away, sadly.
I legit use the PP these days.
You legitimately use PP Bison.
Yeah?
Oh my... That's a hot take right there. Everybody make fun of him.
$1,300, 60 bullets. It's perfect. Perfect for the mowdown. Budget P90.
Budget P90. To be fair, that's a pretty good way of calling it. Budget P90. I don't believe in it, sadly. But if it works for you, it works for you. I'll respect your usage of it. But yeah, this is really glitch tech. Pretty much, you're gonna have to force out something special here.
Yeah,
Salamanca with the Save Mac 10. This is Negev again, prefacing it. It's being carried over.
And they've basically given up the 11th round. Unless we get a few heroics out of Johnny Zero. He has been crispy on that Deagle so far. 17 kills to his name, but he's got no armor. Not a single person really has the weaponry to take on this round. Unless you want to count LTH.
Hey, he's still a man. He's got a gun, all right? And a gun can kill people with its bullets. So, hey, we cannot count him out. And to be fair, with the amount of mid hits towards A they've been hitting, finally, Busy's decided, okay, we've done this enough. Let's switch back on over to the B side, where LTH stands.
If there's a round where he gets an ace, a Negev ace, it's going to be this round. They Molotov him off, and I say
that was the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was trying to hype it up.
Well, obviously, because we've never seen a Negev, but yeah, they do the great thing there, Coalesce, Molly, and Flash. Of course, the Negev takes a while to rev up and get going, so it will be Coalesce going on to 11. They're shut off the site. Salamanca has picked up an AK. I don't know why he's not running away from it. He's looking to take a couple members down with him, but he loses his life and the armor as well that he purchased. So, yeah, now they're going to start retreating. But who's there? Abyss running through the smoke to shut that down. Have the chance to take away something around, but they lose everything.
Glitch Tech, they're getting a bit too overconfident. Obviously, that Negev, that might have been a mistake from LTH. A bit of BM, possibly. Just trying to go for a Hail Mary, but at the end of the day, they're starting to drop the ball here.
They are indeed, and it's a bit of a shame, especially after the performances we've seen on both maps, seeing them claw their way back. But if this is the way they bow out from Epic Clan, I mean, it's going to be well-deserved because Coalesce, obviously the favorite team, they've definitely looked like it on Anubis, and we can see why this has been their floater for a while and why they used to prioritize this map. East side is looking comfy. You look at the kills, everybody at least 3 kills off each other. It's been a true team effort.
Yeah, and look at the side of Glitch Tech, Archer Ace, and
beautiful.
As I was just talking about Archer Ace, he gets demolished. Focus with a crispy headshot to start off this round. And behind X, 7 kills. He's not been having the heights of last game.
No one to stand along Johnny to help out the team, sadly. You know it's bad when you got Focus entering through a molly and getting that pick on the Archer. Now the squad collects up to hit this bomb site one more time. Johnny at least getting a fadeaway onto the OHP Focus. He was the spearhead into this one. Catches another one. He's doing all the work here. Johnny, 3-member stand for Coalesce is under. At least gets one back onto Salamanca.
I think Johnny must be feeling really betrayed right now. His teammates are trying their best, but they keep getting killed. Blicky is the last man standing with that AWP. He pots off a little shot, switches to the AK-47, nade out, and that was so close. Oh my god, Johnny Zero, we've been saying his praises all game, but he almost fluffed that one up.
He almost did, but hey, without him, this round would have even been close. 4 kills in the round for him. You're looking around, Salamanca's the only one close behind, but Johnny Zero can only do so much.
Yeah, and look, I don't want to say it too much and sound like a broken record, but look at these kills. Behind X, LTH, Archer, Ace. They've got, together, they have less kills than Johnny Zero. That's not good. That's not what we want to see from them.
This is good, but you made a very good point. It's a very, very good point raised. The fact that all those kills tallied up aren't even equal to Johnny. doing a 3-in-1 job, sadly, and hopefully, well, maybe a bit of inspiration, a bit of hope seeing Johnny that he can do it, we can do it as well. But still, Coalesce, despite losing that round, it did come down to a heroic. So all in all, I still think they're on the front foot here to close this map out.
And Glitch Tech, they really need to flip this one over if they want to show what they have going into this series, and they want to keep themselves alive going forward in Epic LAN. You know, it's not like they've gone out in lots of previous Epic LANs in this same fashion, lots of different iterations of this roster, but it just seems to be a part of Glitch Tech.
It's a hot take.
It's a hot take, but I've seen them.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to leave a sting on the Glitch Tech, on the people over there. But to be fair to them, it is an industry backed on results. And if you're not performing when it matters, it's a harsh reality of this life. So there's still life in them, however.
Yeah,
we're not going to.
Definitely not over.
It's definitely not over. As we saw on Mirage, anything can happen at a switch of a dime.
No, if they want to bring this to overtime, please do. I want to see Glitch Tech do what they can and prove to us that they can do this. Why they were the 5th seed coming into this Epic LAN. We know they've got good aimers. We know they have the utility usage and the aim to back it up, but they just need to get over this Coalesce hurdle.
Indeed they do, but they're already starting on the back foot, sadly. Flicky, that orb continuing its fine form, 16-9. Everybody doing their job on the Coalesce side. Fizzy, there's a reason why he's an up-and-comer RNGL, man. He's been pulling an absolute blinder on this series. He can smell victory for his teammates, and I like this. They've spy game 2 picks. We're not seeing an overreaction whatsoever. They're letting the CT side make the mistakes, walk into their crosshairs, and capitalize and get those kills.
Yeah, and the 5 versus 3 is not looking good for Glitch Tech. They really have to have some heroics here, but I think Archer Ace might be caught off guard. He's going to get the head spotted. Both players aware of each other. LTH is going to start pushing his way up, but Johnny Zero is still in the rounds. We can never
count him out with it. And, I mean, he's still going to stand strong. And they still decide to push on into him. Archer at least does get busy on the back line, so it's going to be a 2-on-4. He has pushed ahead of the molly, so timing might be in his favor here, but that smoke is going to cause a bit of a disruption for him. And the nade to boot as well to tag him down even further. And this is, I think, where you bite your pride again, and you have to say for the final round, potentially.
Yeah, there's no way they can get him back into this bomb site. 4 players standing alive, standing tall, all at 100 HP, or 96 on focus. But you know what I mean. These guys do not have a chance coming into this one. And Coalesce are going to take match point.
Pretty sure they've hit the A site every single time this round, bar maybe one from my memory. I feel like I've got the site etched into my brain because Coalesce have just been hitting it time and time and time again. And why change something that works? You know, keep beating them down. If they're not changing up anything, we'll keep abusing you until the game's done.
Yeah, and I think that Glitch Tech, they're getting a bit over their heads right now. No, it was a good second map. They brought it back, but Coalesce, they've really hit their groove in this one. Even Fizzy going down to that Mac 10. I think he might be trying to go for a little quick play here.
I think Fizzy's going to be the spearhead here. Hit it. Hit whatever site strong and fast. End this game before we see a repeat of Mirage. I'm sure they were upset the fact that he even is on Anubis, and I feel like we're seeing them take out that frustration on them now on Anubis.
Yeah, here we go. All 5 players are here, and there's only 2 for the side of Glitch Tech. We've got LTH and Behind X here, struggling in this game so far. This is the round to prove us wrong, and Behind X finds 2. This is the start. Gets taken down. Onder, the young star of this team, proving what he's worth.
Able at least to cross and get that bomb down. Onder, tag down low.
Do
a little flip Fizzy for us for the cameras as he falls, and it's all on Flicky, and it would be a fairy tale moment for him to end the map in his way, in his fashion, with the AWP posted towards main. He's got 5 bullets to work with. That smoke will land on him, and he gets the timing through the smoke. Flicky, surely not like this. Gonna start spamming down. Spots the player through the smoke on the jump up.
No way.
Flicky, not like this. He's playing up close to personal, and he ends it with the no-scope to end it. Coalesce stay alive here at Epic LAN. Glitch Tech bow out in the most disrespectful fashion from that man, Flicky.
What a clutch from him. Oh my god, a 1 versus 3 to win it for Coalesce. What was that?
That was the best way I think we could have ended this game. A pure highlight moment from Flicky. And I will say it first as a caster, I've been very critical of him in UKIC. I know we've not been seeing the best of him, but he's come to LAN with a point to prove. And that is a way to make a statement, not to just your teammates and to yourself, but to everybody else here watching. look at me, look at what I can do.
And you called me out on that hot take for Glitch Tech, but what can we say? They dropped the ball in that last half, and that 1 versus 3, they should not be losing that.
They really shouldn't. I mean, Flicky, with the ult through the smoke, you'd worry what an AK behind the smoke to spray through the smoke, so you have to hit your shots with the ult, and he does hit every single one to perfection, and you have to say it's very well deserved for COALESCE to be moving on.
Yeah, they had a fantastic game. Dropped the ball in the second half, but they quickly brought it back on Anubis. That was never really in question for Glitch Tech. They got a few rounds here and there, sprinkled them in, making us believe, but COALESCE, they just proved that they were the better team today.
100%. I think they just played a very enjoyable style of Counter-Strike for us. It's always just in their face, explosive, to the point, no second guessing whatsoever. And sure, at times it can be messy and it can't be pretty, but at the same time, that's UKCS for you. It's got its own little flair that I think you and I both enjoy, and I know many people at home do enjoy as well. But before we do close out for the lower bracket quarterfinals, I mean, is there even point doing an MVP?
Yeah, I think we all know who the MVP of this particular match is going to be.
How about we have a little moment of that final round, actually? I feel like we need something to help us weigh up our options, because in my mind, I'm thinking Fizzy.
Yeah, you think
it's clearly Fizzy, right? It can't be anybody else. Who else would it be? Wait,
Johnny Zera?
Wait, what the Flicky? What's Flicky doing over here? I mean, just a shot through the smoke. I mean, he can't win this, right? I mean, there's no chance in hell.
It's the wrong gun
What's
for the
the
job.
player for the smoke? I mean, he's not going to win this, though. Player running him down. What, is he going to no-scope? Oh, of course he is. Well, very clearly, by our very bad acting, you can tell Flicky will be taking our MVP for this series. I mean, he was the deciding factor on every single map. 20-plus kills in every single one. I said at the start of the series, the AWPer needs to be the deciding factor, and guess what? Flicky was that man.
Talking about AWPers, though, Johnny Zera.
Yes.
We want to give the praise to Flicky. He had the best games by far.
All hail Flicky. All hail Flicky.
But Johnny Zera, that last game, he was kicking and screaming his way through that entire game. He was not letting up, but Flicky just proved to be the better
Yeah,
AWPer.
we do need to give consolations, of course, our gratitude to Glitch Tech for making it a competitive series as it was. Johnny Zera, he gets my flowers at the final map. He was doing everything with the AWP, with the AK, behind X, and the first two maps, 20-plus kills are from him. We can't forget that. Sadly, we didn't see that same level from him. And, well, they're going to have to leave from this Epic LAN with some sort of positive. They were able to make it close against a third-seeded team, but I think there's still a lot of work for them to do to move up into that top 3 bracket here in the UK scene.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see what we have going forward here at Epic LAN as we move into the next few games.
Indeed. It's been a pleasure to be alongside you, Yui. I hope everybody at home has enjoyed with us. We've got another BO3 coming your way after the break, so you make sure you do not go anywhere. We'll see you guys